Ghana, we are excited to be here this morning. It's the World Cup no pempen so for Ghana for the after the World Cup no pempen so no edu amayen. Fi say ene na Ghana ebinya kwanya ene Panama for no ahia na yamo omahu nsunsun ya eda de omo ahwe ene ne omo behwem. Sa na Ghana ni bia no pay ebo ne hommodin a se de onu betimi aya ebeboa ama Ghana nkunim di aba no obeye nso adwuma so no ejina coach no and players are wo ko gina ya namu the 35 and over Ghanaian people are and the national flag no e could dance here United States of America, Canada and Mexico said ye din komo World Cup no hihye ya no no pay ya mo ache ya dase said nanso woni en edi dwuman Daybreak dwumadi wo fache television so anope Kojo ani Kofi afia ni ha ejidi ye se ne ho edodo no kakra na watwede nko na wiye de na ahoden aba na wabekan yensa di anope Kojo ni Kofi ye afam de interesting bit is that today is a long haul from now till 10 a.m. Sports team no ebeba dubako na fi World Cup matches na ya bono ahomachi anadwi ene ne ye beye ho adwuma no wodini nyina nso abrɛ ndi anope no nso bo a sports for no emma ombeba dubako na omne wo abedi nkomo nti efi sa abrɛ kopim se no ndu bebo de ai ye de oman mu nsam se de ekɔ no no ye de nyina ebebrɛ da ne da wo ho akwanya because it's an interactive show bra o sending a voice note, text message, WhatsApp messages na okoye Facebook platform, your TikTok, YouTube, X platform, Instagram e ho nyina no na woni edi nkomo messages are the brain ya bekenkan ni nyina e de amount se se dem de ato anim no Daybreak dwumadi ni ti ya ma wakwa aba no pay so we Ghana ni ampa eze odi ho adanse na se Ghana colors na wo hye se you smoke na afugu no e na wo hye ni nyina ya gitum ese se ye de support kese ekota ye Black Stars no achi enra na ye hwe ni mu se Canadian judges ebetie ye nkomo a ye bo wo court ho no nkuro no se de ye bo no na omo agye atuma ma party abeka team no ho nanso ye koda na adwo ne de na je se anye yi ndi Thomas Partey can Black Stars ho but ye match a ye bo Canada ne no onka ho fi say we nya Canadian visa even when we went for a review it was still not granted until without Partey the Black Stars should still be in a strength ebema nkunimdie aba the updates na won keka ho nyina no 11 o'clock the sports team would be here na omama update ni nyina beyond eno there are still conversations eti alopay yebedi sa nkomo no nso Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly eguso a wo yi nkrofo free kwan ho se de be ya yebetimi aye kwan no na aye no yie we no to nchen a aferi military hospital no ehun nsem no nyade a ekoda minority na press conference a member of the party of course a leading member at that Kennedy Ohene Japan and so edi nkomo afa afari hospital no ho anope ye de ho nkomo eni nchiremu ewo mu nyina bebrɛ like health minister Kwabena Minta Akando edi nsem bi ato parliament anim na ne course konfo anoche no wadi ho nkomo anope ye no beche sa nkomo no Ghana Education Service the Krata Babonting and I'm sure say Kofi wahu o chire ni anen ra wo kan ho asem no Ghana Education Service the two anamon efa ne ho sana muntu no ye no ebeche but there is a worrying trend because so come fancy pemwa a third year students of fancy pem school wa sha no ho akonfo nti that's also a worrying trend. It is a whole by education sector anymore There are a number of things happening around. The indiscipline of students, said the canon. Because this week there's also the story about a mofrano or one school. Now, one say school ho and near mano. Na teacher near or near Baba will be so dear no until within there's an interview I've listened to where we are informed that the echo said teacher for name Maba wano eda and now Maba wano we suku mu hono any teacher for no eda ne de enye nkomo fufuro bia we video and aba bontintin obia complaining. But that raises a question about discipline and morality in our schools. There's another conversation and pay the FS school and it's got to do with PTA, Parent Teacher Association. And they say a parent association. Teacher for no, you are free. The education minister says, bring back the teachers. But the nyako and uncommon war. And common baba, a bra. One year PTA a juma, 1 year PTA executive. Nanso wama eni sukumu ho. 1 more year PTA juma, 1 year executives of the association. But omuma eni sukumu ho. And you would be asking ourselves the question, send a bad new sukumu ho a bra o di PTA chairman no. Interest ben and obenya at the Ama school. No, that's a conversation we'll pick up. And okay, snet boss and wedding common all can that the extension of retiring age of Ghana, which is 60, and yadia a beboa, a bedina and mebunu do donoa, momo enya juma. There's another part of the argument I'll bring on board. Now also I will share and one akwenya now watch that. All of this are part of the conversation for ourselves this morning. Minimza what to say Chief Justice, a former Chief Justice or a Council of State member, will resign. Government has said they are making arrangements to replace her. There are other conversations about budget. Secretary dia Eba Bontin says Oba Banyasu, even though the numbers are small, the figures are huge. The government spokesperson comes out to dispute all those figures. The argument, they say, bring up superior argument. Electoral Commission, a den a Bosman Asare say, a Jumano, wabre, or Sanku school aquatrade, and yebia, or Beshisha a Juma, and was she a wajawa oko, and now say a tartan. Tina Bosman Asare is 1 year Jumani bill. The presidency gets an opportunity of nominating 2 people into electoral commission. Are we back into that argument? The argument of Omo yedo omo bekono, omo ye party for, and now omo nye party for. Why na assessor appointed? Should the persons go to parliament? Should it be with parliamentary approval? All of that are no pay that in community na ebebreo. But most importantly, the picture of the day will bring that one to you. Let's do the African proverb. The African proverb for this morning. And the African proverb says, a wise man takes his own decisions. The ignorant goes with the crowd. A wise man takes his own decisions. The ignorant goes with the crowd. You say nyansani no ono a odwendwen nasem ho na wasi ginaye etu ho anamon na nsu de wonim no ba bia dodo ne nam no eho e no no nso odi akire diza wugye hu nkyeremu a na ne ye ka kire one se ansa na wobetu anamon bi no esese wo ye nhwehwemu esese wo bisa asam ansa na watu anamon no na onyansani ne oyɛ no onyansani en sori anka se wahu se nipa no dodo no adimirika ekonifa jono nso ekonifa onyansani enka se mete se wo mo ye na me nso mi ye bi onyansani ne oyɛ ne se obisa ohwehwɛ okenkan nti se okwa asori dan mu a enye de sofo no aka no ena ofa e de aye asam osan ba ebe jinchiremu kenkan twerɛsɛm no na ohu sɛ deɛ sɔfo no kan na mpa saa na twerɛ no kan onyansani ne ɔyɛ ne sɛ ne ɔkɔɔ a yɛkyerɛkyerɛ no no ɔba no abebiebie nwoma mu na wakenkan no wahu ɛnɛ mpo deɛ Google ɛne information technology a ɛbɛn yɛ nti no wote asɛm no a wofa phone a wakɔtɔ no aboɔden no fa yɛ adwuma so ubisa wohwehwɛ na wo nsa aka nanso ne onim no de bia na odi dɔm no akyi nti ubisa nsa na yɛ den wabedu ha ya ɔsemete so ɔmo dimirika ɛba ɛna me nso maba bi. You are an ignorant person. The wise would always ask. The wise would always read. The wise would take decisions based on ono ani nhwehwɛmu a wayɛ. Nti anɔpɛ mesrɛw wote me dase abrawa mfa okra bisa sɛ ɛde asɛm na esie bisa sɛ anamon ya mitui nsunsuanso a ɛwɔ ho ɛyɛ deɛn ɛnka sɛ oh bahu so ɔmo nyinaa ɛyɛ ɛna me nso miye bi woyɛ saa wobɛdi nkuguo adonyansani obisa ɔhwehwɛ ɔkenkan na afei wagina so atu nanamon. That's our African proverb for this morning. Picture of the day. Picture of the day. And then fonia yade air mount. Na wa identify nipa kro. Wa boy amaniam ye hu say eye hwan ya. So ube hu nipa kro de. Menka se boni din.
Oil on my head.
Oil on your head, oh?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Eti Kofi a try am clue na baako. Menim se wan so obetimi the clue no ehu nipa kra ya de ne mfoni ato so a oze oil on my head. Then identify this personality. Let's know what it's about. Now for yenin komoni nyina emfiri ho. We are here Facha Television. Daybreak Jumadi and the Brown. The one crat uncommon said the ensa canon. The anonso ebrewa no pay. Bon homoding said the bear. Utiem commono. Na o pecrata any be a chira quine. Udi a chiri, no one who said ye womb. They said the proverb na country on. Ye can we are now on swak walking kind. No one said ye kind. A son a tiana. And now say and society a womb. So that's the picture for the day. Yem konafi de ubon krata no yem fani nyina emrel. Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics, Millennium Constructions, what can who be? And yade de ubon krata no ebrel. Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics ya jumakua. Wade niema efri amanone eba o my ganem. Na wade niema efri o my ganem ekwa amanone. They are into export and import. Wa share ye no baako ewo tema community 2 saa na wo ahye ewo airport saa na oba santimantemu a won wo kuma ase de chemso ne wo ye ma oda ne da ene se car no a wahu a opese ye to e de bre wo man Ghana mu no wo beto wo de besi poso ebedu habo a wo behwe na wayi na afi ba bia opese ye de bre no ye de abre empempi mu niama bedu amanone na yade ba bedu oman Ghana mu a na afi se be ya wo beyi na ya asem ebinmu wo ho a ade ni timi si wo no osan bo akireka eno na Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics da bi ye be kɔ omoa nti ye ne ye ni nkomo di uhuni na ye nso ye be ya asede nti se pick up se bus na ope saloon car na ope ka bia uhia bia na ne ni hu nkomo ye behwe na ye de abroad in all the European countries opa apono for commercial and also for private and also ye hu adwuma open konwa for commercial and now for private and also Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics ebeye na waboa fa won numbers no na ene won ni nkomo Millennium Construction adansie hu niema de enei eho na obi adan na ni a okọ nti so opa abo opa anwea opa nade Ope de ye pillars no. E dey na wo hia wo dan ho. Ni nyina ene Millennium Construction ye nin komo. So ope si ye si dan na ma wa, eno nso ye be ne sa pepepe de ama to your specification. Ehe na opese otena gated community. Adan no ye sinemiaye bebre wo ye man Ghana mu. Sa na wo asase. Opese oton wo asase no. Ene Millennium Construction ye nin komo. Opa asase ato. Ene Millennium Construction ye nin komo. Obema wo asase ato ahun krata asem ye wi a ohaw bia enihu. Anopay show on headquarters. Boshen Nayas Junction. Hona Millennium Constructions wo. Adwumakom yenu na so yan asene na anopay bia ye de da ubon krata no. Ebra Kofi.
Over. This morning, let's start with the newspaper review, and then we are starting with the Daily Guide newspaper, and it captures a lot of stories on its front page, and it says that Ofori Atta secures U.S. green card, and also Samuel Abujinapo says that lean government doesn't add up for taxpayers, and also Paula Foko also says that NPP holds edge for 2028 win, and stock listings are partnership, not cash grabs. NPRA boss on that particular statement. And Amari here, dairy farm resident protests property demolition. All of these stories on the front page of the Daily Guide newspaper.
Anopay say oko de ubokrata Daily Guide mu. Ofuriata kan ofuriata nkomo bi eba nra na Daily Guide afa asem no e de ato ne krata nanim. Ne all kan say kan ofuriata oye finance minister ebre bi atwam kotena United States of America. Ye twe ne ho ye de ne ba ye mfa ne ma ehun sensem ne papers wo de to Ghana de a eseso ye na afi wonama ma no ne no oni nkrata anti US mpanimfo kofa no enra omso omatena na asem no so court omotena so omso nkrata e betimi amana tena United States of America de ye mani bi amana tena ho tie ne onenam US ho a nya de obi koso ne mu de no aba eno na akogya nkomo wo yekure mu a kofo bisa se na man say yes ade a ye be den no abaha na nkuntabu e wo ho no wabebu special prosecutor say nkomo no e koso no ensi ho kwan say aban betoto ne niema na say se ye de ne ba ye de no aba ntia no pe Daily Guide e ka ho asam afari hospital no minority for nra eyen santrofo dwumadie na won dwumadie na se no o kan se afari hospital no aban eye kokwasa wo ho no aban pe so otam oman ni sika de hye botom sika be $85 million na aban pe so de san ekowura afari hospital ni mu a ehia so de sa sika no be wram ti minority for so omo bo oman ni nyina amane se kwan aban pe so ofa so kuntuna ase edi oman ni sika eno no Sameji na po no odi nkomo na watwi mu nyina sa nkomo no aba e ka kire yen se wo hwe nipa dodo a e wa aban aso ye a wo mo ye adwuma wo de toto na no de ne ho a na chese ne numbers no e wo fom pa nti abaso bode bi wo ho a ye mo aban eno na minority ne se nkomo no amudi no nya sa na nkomo ne tie wu nipa no wo ho ni sua na nsu sika aban edi hye wo mu no edoso kra chen bra na omo ye dodo na wo mu gi sika no ehun komo anope Daily Guide edi atokrata no anim Paul Afoko chairman Paul Afoko kwa apra one party ma edi nkomo de ohwe ne se obenya akwanya no asan be di party no anim as the national chairman of the party na o kasa mpempenso a party no abedu no se won be ma no ho kwan amana ba na party no beboaboa ne niema yi a nkunimdie beba ama niema nyina akokama de amawo National Pensions Regulatory Authority penny no oka say ye de yen ho ekọ stock market ni mu a eye partnership ye kan yen ho abom enye sika na nipa bi ekope anope Daily Guide nkomo a ode abrɛ no.
Let's continue with the Chronicle newspaper this morning. And also says that John Dramani Mohammed's lean government heavy on taxpayers. That is Samuel Abujinapo on that statement. And also Afoko fires up NPP. 2028 is up for grabs. Mahama will no be more on ballot paper. KGL Foundation gives facelift to Psychiatric Hospital, OPD. All of these stories on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper.
Anopay said the uncommon ewo krom no Chronicle newspaper so womo de womo ba abonte no womo ani nkomo amansan nyina edibi no a na omo aye won ho abro nti nkomo afi samegina po ho no won so wo de ato won daily paper no na ne womo kiremu ne se aban ka kire yen se nipa dodo ewo aban aso ye adwuma no esu a enkire se ka ye bo won ho no nso aba fam minority ne se ka ye bo ewa aban adwuma yefo a wo aban aso ye ho no sika no ewo soro chen se de emre bi na ete Paul Afoko nkomo no Chronicle anopay e de nkomo no ato won krata anim na wo ka se enam se President Mahama ne din emba ballot paper no so biu no 2028 se MPP keka ne ho na ototo ne niam yi a nkunimdie ebe no de anopay the Chronicle newspaper.
And let's continue with the Ghanaian publisher this morning and also capture Samuel Abujinapo's statement also on its front page. But then we are not focusing on that. We are focusing on church raises red flag as Chinese developer invades property. And also Gold Board partners Armed Forces Forestry Commission to reclaim Tano Nimri Forest Reserve. And also NPRA CEO allows GSE reforms as Casa Preco joins stock market. Publish Sophia Ekufu's letter, that's Amindu to Mahama. All of these stories on the front page of the Ghanaian publisher.
Right, and open the Ghanaian publisher any edin komo na samba kwa ode ato de krata ananim eya asafu bia wasori agina na wo ka se won saase a won wa gidi se eye wo mo anade wo musika ato na wo mo bo mo asase ne ho ban no wo mo ahu se China ni bi apia asase no so na wo mo pese wo mo no kokko ka kire nse ba bi a wa befa no eho enka ne omo nam a wo mo sesa no ho ti se wo mo anhwe yi a ene omo betintasu kokko e de a kire no asori na sam eno no Gold Board ene wo ka se ba bi a ya bedu galamsey ene nsu a ye se no ye nkwaye ne ade no enei wo mo ne Forestry Commission ene nyumaku aka no e ka won ho abom na nsase no ne aya se no se ye emme na se so mu dua won nsase no so se ye kube na se so mu dua won nsase no so na om de gi ye nsase no a om bebo ho modern na waye atusa na mo no National Pensions Regulatory Authority pani en wo ka the stock market no se ye kɔ hɔ a e sika ene ye pɛ nye de nkɔfo e de show mbutom sa nkomo ni nyina e wo de Ghanaian publisher mu anɔpɛ onsa ka bia obehu nkomo no na wie ye kra.
And we are continuing with the Daily Just newspaper this morning. And also on its front page, it says that who replaces Sophia Akufo on Council of State. And also OSP rejects Ofori-Attah's victory in U.S. court. And also Gold Board pumps 35 million Ghana cedis to reclaim Galamsey Rivers Forest. And Paul Afoko predicts NPP comeback in 2028. NPP raises alarm over attempt to overturn Sedina Tamaklo conviction. And MPRA boss charges listed companies to uphold strong corporate governance. All of these stories on the front page of the Daily Gist newspaper.
Daily Gist ba no pa bia nkomo a ekoso okrom ha no omaye nkakra nti anope saa no oye no OSP nkomo a na ye bo ho amane no omo ka se o se Ofori-Attah tena US ana on tena ne de court aka na asem yenso ye na matani general so eye nhyehyeye ya gidi se ebre so na sese ye de ne ba emra no be ma ho kwan ame de na ba anope ne ye ka kire na watwi mu nkomo a ye di nyina ye de abeto abonten said the former Chief Justice Madam Sophia Kufu na oye member of Council of State osisi say adwuma se yetu mampanin fo no nyade a oto aso ya eyeye na ye bisa no pay Daily Gist nso bisa se hwan na ekohye na anamu hwan na ekoka ne ho Gold Board ntoto ya wone aban eku ahoro ehwe se Galamsey yes say yensuo yensase wobeye ne yie no ene wo disika atoso wose 35 million cedis and wo boa e de aye reclamation na nsase no ya yase no yensa aka ni nyina Paul Afoko enkomo da ubon krata yensa aka na no pe ni nyina ne fam bi ubon se Paul Afoko mfonyi ene ne nkomo ho na asem yetiawa se the new patriotic party be na kwanya na wabedi party no animu a ogidi se 2028 no nkunimdie ebe ye wondia the new patriotic party ekuoma ene omo ka se se dinam tamakuru yi mo ya sure se ye de no akoto aban kukum ana se o hyefie bi mu a ojojo ne ho wo mu guso ebisa omo boy amane se na awatwi nhwehwemu omo ye na ombema Ghana fo nyina hu se dinam tamakuru oda ne fie ana se oda aban kukum anope daily gist nkoma oma yensa kan ye no.
And let's continue with the Informer newspaper this morning. It also says that military eviction notice sparks imminent bloodbath, and also more resignation to Rock Council of State over Doe Jao's leadership style. In this issue, it says that Cocoa defends cocoa price reduction. And on its front page, green card won't save Oforiata. That is by OSP. Leaner government bloated expenditure. Mahama versus Akufo-Addo government. Zoom Lions new managing director seeks Ningwan Manche blessing, pledges stronger partnership on sanitation drive. All of these news on the front page of the Informer newspaper.
Anopay the Informer newspaper the ubon krata no enkomo baako a wode ato krata nim efa notice anase krata kokobo a efi military asoye aba nipa bi nyinni se saa na seseye na omobo ya mane sese ya anhwe yi a ye beti se moja egu ewo biaya military ada soja for person okoje asase na nipa bi nyinni se asase no esese wofa se Council of State nkomo no ya bo ho amane ne ya country se former chief justice a resigned here po bi amana kwa anope the Informer newspaper nkomo a odi ne se Council of State penia woda won no the former Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, the Honorable Doe Jaho, say kwanya na kanye offer so edino as chairman of the Council of State no, and na nipa ni bi resign. Na se ya nhwe ya nipa no dodo no abedi former Chief Justice Sofia Akufu Achifi say opani Doe Jaho kwanya offer so ni omo etna no enya de a wani eje ho. OSP nkoma a cancer green card CMA Kenofuriata baby atna wo man Ghana mu ana United States of America bonten so no enkyere se obefa ne ho totoroto na aban egusu a ebo ya mane so nipa dodo a wone won ye adwuma no e nipa kakra bi minority say nipa ni sha na nso ahu sika edoso dodo the Informer newspaper nkoma no.
Let's continue with the Daily Searchlight newspaper this morning. And then it says that a minority rejects $85 million claim on Afari Military Hospital. Insists only $500,000 remains outstanding. Afari Hospital. Kennedy, Japan exposes NPP. Admit party failed to complete Afari Military Hospital in 8 years. Another story says that NPP will be responsive, inclusive, and dynamic under my leadership. Sylvester Tete on this statement. And also, Thomas Partey ruled out of Ghana's World Cup opener after Canadian court rejects visa appeal. Kennedy, Japan donates pickup 15 motorbikes to Accra Police and pickup incubators to 37 military hospital on his birthday. All of these stories on the front page of the Daily Searchlight.
Anope the Daily Searchlight nkoma a woni yen edi no aferi edi mu akoten pa na wo ka kire yen se minority so omate se aban sisika obehia de awi aferi eye $85 million no mu bisa omo se aban se sika twitwiri die no a wakofa no hwan ne kan se eno na ye nsaka ebeboa ma aferi no ya ye ne yie se mu pesika dia monka na munya se munam aferi hospital no so eta musika obia nim se enya no kre minority se sika ye hia se ye de be wi aferi no eye $500,000 enye $85 million na no pe de mi bisa ne se ye $500,000 dia eye den mo anye no mo anwi a enei mugina mfikyire na mudi nkomo yi na sese krom ha on se ohunu gari na wa mfa bibia mutu gari ne so a obeba no na obi asa anwe de agu gari ni minority ani abre kan sem fa afare ho no ena wa munua baako Kennedy akompre ko Japan say hey minority for enkomo no amudi no krom ha no munya na mububu ya aso afari ye beto ye envie nwotwe a ye tena aban mu na sese yetimi wie ya anwie nti na eden no abeka nkyere obi say onfa bosomi dunum na onfa nwie afari no ada na ya mo bobla tantantan sa na efiri nura se de omusi sopa no enya asam ketwa enura no ana pani no odi na woda na woda nim die no wantena faako anka so on de ni sika wanya no ono a odi ni nyina o se ahweye ahoro e wo man Ghana wo mu hia moa no ono ankrankre obetimi aboa wo mo ti wakoma o mo pickups dunum pickups no echi na motorbikes eno ama o mo dunum o de pickup aka ho ama wo mo se be ya wosifo ene asojafo adwuma no ebe konkan opani ba kwa MPP why member of parliament na kwanya eba se party nto abama wo mo na se bi etiawa o se de etie bia se general secretary position no se party no behwe no omo akari no na omo ma na kwanya am na be di anim mu a o de nsakraye sononko beba party nim enyimu oma bi ensi wo party nim da Sylvester Tete nkomo a odi na no pay na the Daily Searchlight editor ya nim no.
Let's continue with the Daily Statement newspaper, and also says that government size must be measured by cost. Jinapo challenges Mahama lean administrative narrative. NPP set for victory in 2028 election, declares by Afoko. And also Baumia Afenyo marking to headline YCF KNUST and KSTU summit on Saturday. Gold Board partners launch on 35 billion Ghana cedis forest land reclamation project. GLOA acknowledges KGL market strength. All of these news on the front page of the Daily Statesman.
Yeguso a yedi nkomo de ubon krata nkomo no ebro makanchro say Bison Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics Millennium Constructions adwumako imienu na ason ya asema yede de ubon krata no ebro. Daily Statesman say nkomo de ba no omo nso amfa bia nto omo krata na nimu a na omo amoa oman no nti nkomo a minority na edi se aban adwumayefo a wo som aban aso ye ho no se mo se numbers no e wo form a mon ka sika dodo a mo de ma wo mo fi se sika no dooso chen ebra na ye wo ho na numbers no e dooso no we ya minority nkomo a wodi chama afoko ne nkomo nde enne paper enim no na cheso paper no enye adwuma wo Ghana ha chama afoko se mo ma me akwanya na medi party no anim na me bedi animu a me di nkunimdie beba e wo the new patriotic party abato a yebeto no 2028 sa na Daily Statesman na no pay ka kire se osahene afenyo marking opani a domkuma a wo mrahye bedwam woni won mo e kasa maafo na da odi wan anim no dwumade asurunku bi ebekoso okumase kurodua yi mu KNUST and Kumasi Technical University. Na sa summit no eso opani no eba ase a ono na edi animu den. The Daily Statesman and opani nkomo a ode brɛ no.
And let's continue with the National Voice newspaper this morning. And it also says that why NDC Seydou Agongos wants to use greed and political power to control NLA. And also NPP raises alarm over attempt to undermine Sedina Tamaklo conviction following historic extradition. Also, the other story says that Afenyo Markin's quality leadership style cited in New Democracy white paper. And also, the other story says that strong corporate governance key to attracting pension investment by the NPRA CEO. All of these stories on the front page of the National Voice newspaper.
The National Voice and opinion nkomo a odino ebra a wohwe krata ni bi mu a ye ka se kwan a former speaker of Ghana's parliament opani do ajaho ni leadership style no ama nipa no dodo a won wo council of state na ebe pese won betwe won ho afiri mu no the national voice di nkomo se afanyo marking eso komra hye bedwam ho a edom kuma ne se won anigye kwan a wo fa so eye na adwuma no ho na eno nkofo beka se ya recognize no apie wo baabi se pani no obo ne homoden asamba akwa national voice eka ekire Ghana for dodo no a anopei wo kan wonda wo krata no wo mo se opani sedu agungu a wo ye NDC ni no wo mo se pesami nkuminya adokoro no a se ode ne political power wanya fi se NDC aba aban mu no e dey control National Lotteries Authority ntinyama pa wo ho nyina no the national voice say papa no oje e dey amano ho anopei national voice in common.
Let's continue with the Supreme newspaper this morning. And also on its front page, it says that Afari Hospital controversy deepens as minority questions $85 million claim. And also BBNE NPP executive petition General Secretary to annul lecturer area executive committee coordinators elections over irregularities. And also NPP will be responsive, inclusive, and dynamic under my leadership. Sylvester Tete on this particular statement. The NPRA statement is also here. The last issue also says that AFCFTA and Tunisia agree action plan to expand trade across Africa. Supreme newspaper.
The Supreme, the Ubonkrata anopei e Supreme. Iti afari nkomo no waka kire ne ho sese wa ma won a ekenkan Supreme newspaper na ehu de ekoso afari a na waye won bone nti afari nkomo no wode atum na won mu bisa won ho se na aban so ohia sika dodo sa minorities da bi sika kakra bi na aban hia tumuma mo ani nkwa aban ho wan hwa na won atamoma ani sika de ahye won wotom so wuduru ba bi ani a the New Patriotic Party emma wo ho no se akwan a enema ekoso wo party ni wo constituency ho no wo bo enyoso polling station abato ene nema ekeke ka ho no emfa yi to wo de krata ekodan general secretary se wo mo sre no a won transe na ba bia ni constituency wo nema ekoso ho no onhwe na won tenetene ma wo Sylvester Tete ena wonam aproso ka kire party ma se wo ma no akwanya na omedi general secretary na obedi general secretary a ebeboa ama party na fanentuma pefra anopei the Supreme newspaper.
And this morning, let's continue with the News Center newspaper. And also, it says that Gold Board begins 36 million Ghana cedis reclamation, covering 50 out of 200 hectares of degraded Tano Nimri forest lands. And also, government allocate 100 million Ghana cedis to support National Research Fund. And Ghana card is key to socio-economic transformation. And also, Brojejen fee $85 million Afari Hospital balance claim criminal by the minority in parliament. And also good governance key to attracting pension funds. That's the NPRA box on this particular statement, the News Center.
Yo, abai asye His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and also owujidie se ade bia wo ye mu nhwehwemu ansa na watu ho anamon a eboa if ze obenya dance a wudi ebo bra nti the News Center anopei se abai atam sika 100 million cedis se yemfa mwanye nhwehwemu se de be ya se yenuro ho asam o se yenyarewa na eba o man mu se yesuku adesua ebetimi aye nhwehwemu ne yebehu ne yebeboa na yetu ho anamon Gold Board and common ohwe da ubonkrata animu a ebi se 35 million cedis anopay the News Center say 36 million cedis na wohwe so wode beboa na yensuo yensase ne yenkwaya galamsey ase no womo ahwe na womo asiesie na ne nyina e de akokama amayen aferi nkomo no the Deputy Defense Minister in the DB the Honorable Ernest Brojajem fi no DB no kan say womo behia sika $85 million eno na ama minority na sorry agina say na ye ja ho akona aka be $500,000 a ye de eye adwuma nti ye de na mo $85 million and I'm more can once me. Muma yenye nhwehwemu wo mu na anya saa nkofo yi the second ebedwana nka. The new center anopay Daybreak Jumadie and the Daybreak.
Let's continue with the Daily Analyst newspaper this morning, and also says that TCDA CEO welcomes share platform launch as milestone for the industry. And also Health Minister, Defense Executive Authority says Okonfa Noche emergency unit closure violated presidential directive. And also NPP calls for enforcement of Sedina Ationo conviction. Ofori Atta wins U.S. immigration case. And also President John Dramani Mahama launches Ghana National Research Fund. NPRA also statement is also listed on the front page of the Daily Analyst newspaper.
Anope the Daily Analyst na ewie yabawa man yes da ne da yetna near the ubon krata ankomo no ebrewa buys in Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics Millennium Constructions wadaroma and the bro ye no the Daily Analyst in comma OD FA National Pensions Regulatory Authority Penia odano na oka kwan ya yebefa so a stock market na ebeboa ama nnwuma no agina na wombra no akonkan echen se de yehunu no ye to aso no anope ye hyase na ye ka ho asem the Daily Analyst they ato ne krata no anim Komfo Anochi Teaching Hospital Chief Executive awoho Dr. Pakwesi Beidu enkomo awudi ye se ehwa ayemma ti se wodi obi ba emergency a wani kire baby foforo no yenim ho nkomo no se de bae Health Minister etro krata de koma Board of Directors or Komfo Anochi Teaching Hospital catch ro omo se papa no omo mane nkotena fie na watwemienu asotwen eno achi no waba fi se de mampani gina simpie so kan ye ma wiase nyina ate ye no ogu mampani hu fi na mampani order no wamfa anya adwuma ukomra hye bedwam a wo moto nsa frɛ Health Minister so womra na sa nkomo no odi wa bonten ho no o medi womra hye bedwam ho na omo ntoto na ano enra Health Minister komra hye bedwam na okoye no osi so kan kire wo mu bio se obia ni tumi wo man Ghana se ye de obi a oyare ontiapo ebeba hospital na obeka se empani ho be biaye ni ho ayede na tu eye yi nti yensa mfa ne nkofie osisa tumi no ono ena mampani di amma no a se wo a obeye sa bia no owo ho kwan se otwe aso CEO no owo Komfo Anochi ayetwe na so a mote abontin tututum nan ene nam fom no monte ase se papa no ono a obae no obe confess ye be kan se opa achaw wafom ne ni so oye de oye ye no dizamuti akire wona mu ye dede a doctor for na mo hospital one nurse for no a mo de mote me da se abra no mafa mo kra no oze ye nka nkire mo se munnim na munnim na obi ba hospital wona mo ye kofie a mo nso mo betene nka anopay Health Minister nkoma Daily Analyst Daybreak eno no kanofori ata nkoma no nso ewo wonde ubokrata anim yedini nyina ebre office buys in Imperial Global Shipping and Logistics Millennium Constructions wosoyan sen na no pa no ya be chirechire mu akire ye dan ye ho ye ba nkoma aka nyina ye de bebre Daybreak Jumadie wo fache television so ni.
One day, we won't need this day. We won't need a day to celebrate how far we've come. We won't need a day to prove we're just as fast or strong or skilled. We won't need a day to relive the comebacks, the firsts, or the titles we've won. We won't need a day to rally behind the ones fighting to change the rules. One day, we won't need this day at all, because one day, this day, will be our everyday.
Facha Sports, Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. Saturdays, 6 a.m.
Obrani de wa wabo na obran so te sa pawa wo animu na anya wo da wo da ne akire na se obra de wo hwe ase a nipa nyina bu osansani o bobra aya hwe ni ye enu ntinam di dwumadi a wato ne din obra fie e de bro efri adwada ekosi ya wada anwumre no nso na me ni wasi nkonya na wo behu se obra enafo se me ka se obra fie a na wagye so ye pesua
Obrefie, showing Monday to Thursday on Facha TV.
I prophesy the clouds of favor over somebody. The clouds of favor over somebody. The clouds of favor over somebody. There's clouds of favor over somebody. I see clouds of favor over 2,000 people. I see clouds of favor coming upon a man of God. I see clouds of favor coming upon a woman of God. You will marry right. You will travel this year. You will be
right yeguso a yedi nkomo mepawa amane se enne de nkomo no etamu a ye be kirikiremu ama o na yama ho kwan na wonso wachira adwen bra wona mampani kasa yenhyase emfi the minority kofi enra minority for a press conference bi na one press conference them that afari nkomo no obi anye na adwen se o ma no akoda jude yentie wo mo asem no na yemra ne mfa giremu eka ho no ema o
by the truth. The recent claims by the Deputy Minister for Defense, the Honorable Ernest Boja-Jemfi, regarding the Afari Military Hospital project are not only factually inaccurate, but represent a blatant, calculated attempt to siphon 85 million USD, that is United States dollars, from the public purse. As the Deputy Ranking Member of Parliament's Defense and Interior Committee and a former Deputy Defense Minister, as well as the Chairman for the Project Implementation Unit of the Ministry of Defense from 2021 to 2024, I consider it a duty to speak on behalf of the Minority Caucus in Parliament to set the record straight and expose this grand scheme of deception. the true status of the Afari project. The narrative being peddled that the 500-bed facility is only 60% complete is a complete fabrication designed to justify an outrageous financial demand. Official records from the project implementation unit, of which I was the chair, of the Ministry of Defense confirmed that as of September 2024, the core hospital was 92.5% complete. By January 2025, under the previous administration of the NPP, the overall completion rate stood at an impressive 98%. The breakdown of works completed as of September 2024 speak for itself. Civil works, core hospital, 97.5%. Architectural works, 87%. Support facilities, staff housing, 77% overall. Roads and landscaping, 80% and 77% respectively. The phantom 85 million USD million debt. The Deputy Minister's assertion that the contractor, Erojet Invest, EDI, is demanding 85 million United States dollars before returning to site is a manufactured crisis. Let the facts be clear. No records at the Ministry of Finance or the Ministry of Defense support this outrageous claim. The financial facts are as follows. The original contract sum of 180 million USD was a loan that has been fully paid. The negotiated additional funding of 19.3 million USD, that is from the government of Ghana, GOG, for delays caused by the NDC's misguided relocations has been fully paid. Out of a subsequent 3 million USD claim negotiated down from over 6.5 million, 2.5 million USD has been paid. The only outstanding amount owed to the contractor is 500,000 United States dollars. To jump from an outstanding balance of 500,000 USD to a sudden demand for 85 million United States dollars.
Hospital ne ho niam kofi
Over.
no osesen kafra papa no oseden
Over so o chichim say o share Afari military hospital na it drew 98% completion. The secure was say omodema contractor no 500,000 US dollars. But then Deputy Minister of Defense Adrian Komo say $85 million bi wo no my was say
and that's I'm not kind me but or person chere say me no American
say the in Komo no odini na no the tough aboni nyina chere say 85 na nya no kore na there has been some certain scheme bia NDC for person we use now mo check
adena politicians de bia omo person omo ye niema ebe fra yen ye kuruma no ye ni adena ya omo person omo ye sa
over the omo ye dey seriously say me ka se beti ase pa na me nti ase
hospital na ye ka ho ase the last time a MPP pani edi ho nkomo na a health minister the time health minister Abrantie kama Okoboy that's right odi nkomo at the time now odi nkomo no na say hospital na 98%
yes
sir asema mpese mbisa MPP ne say enei se utie nkomo a members of parliament ekwa afari se wia ne ade nkomo omudi no a almost your hospital no ebetimi ahya ase aye adwuma yes anom kan se empo ye nwie ni nyina se de yepese ye kan no na hospital no betimi ahya ase aye adwuma nti at 98% ade no mama hospital na anya adwuma.
That's also another question.
What you say at 98% say at 98% no hospital no ye adwuma na ye na enne 2% no aban ote aban mu onfa maaya na hospital no na betimi aye adwuma dia aden no man commission hospital no na oman fa nipa hu
I'm a hospital now.
Because hospital no bet me am face bi aye adwuma.
Yeah.
Ana
yeah.
adwuma no. Na wo mo ye de ese okọ. Hospital na nso betua ne ho ka.
Because the remaining 2% now, probably say hospital now bit me 2%.
Exactly.
Yeah, very high.
And this pass Aferi hospital at the time of omo kon na edu 98%. Na mate so omo ye argument bi that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the 2025 State of the Nation address no ono nso kan say Aferi na 98%
done.
But until you can anti the because State of the Nation address a government handing over those in the Niama Modi Amaban.
And no so they are
any transitional team in Nkomo Mudino. And no original so no din in Nkomo. It is what can say a 98% complete. And as I'm not kind, and young one said the health minister in the last quarter of 2024, Okoboy had communicated to the Ghanaian people. Say, I do 98%. It is a President Mahama can say I do 98%. How does that change a Juma necessary in 8 years? MPP are buying a year the far hospitals. No, Obetina, minister and presidential advisor on health. Openia no former chief executive for Comfort Dr. Nsiasa. Also, Ofori Krom, Yawie Sawia, President Kufuor Kubia, no, Asante regional minister. It is na hospitals ni na a year Juma na ye. Said the ne, omugina simpie so Canada. And then one man anya Juma.
Yeah.
And then one man anya Juma na afei after just 15 months. Omudi nkomo te said the omu kwotena Afghanistan. Na afei no ma bedu Ghana. And one who say say Ghana nye and omudi ho nkomo. Mr. Mama Kennedy or here Japan and come out where the Afari no. Why? Na Yemra.
When we decided to go and inspect Afari, they stopped us. We didn't go. So I heard somebody talking 15 months. Has Afari hospital been there for 15 months? We were there for 8 years. You didn't do it. Don't blink your eye. You see? We are not doing politics. I'm speaking the truth. This is Ghana. Stop that. We will criticize NDC, we will criticize MPP. That's the only way to go. I was chairman. NDC started this. Why didn't you complete it? You were there for 8 years, you didn't complete it. When somebody comes for 15 months, then you have a problem. Please, give me a break. Ghana, we should love our nation and stop playing politics with everything. And do the right thing for the country. And that is what I'm doing. You see, when I mentioned MPP, he was blinking his eye. Why do you want me to criticize NDC and leave MP?
All right. So the criticism is from their own. I'm sure say baby ate ube say na as a Canadian Japan dey say bibia MPP bibia
onfa ho.
Ono nso e wo baby foforo.
O kana asem.
Canada Japan asem ne se oye Ghana ni ene nyina oda so ye Ghana ni enti nkomo bi e fa Ghana ho no ono nso obedi ne se Ghana ni and nkomo a odi ye no me sure say on the first person wadi nkomo in relation to Afari any other hospitals after minority no started say omo kasa no so onye the first person. And I'm common no no Ghana for do no asembisa omu bisa the new patriotic party no say 8 years na mo buy
you were in governance
ampa and MPP din common no so John Ajekum Kofo e shaase and NDC beto aso John Ajekum Kofo mesra mo e dey na mo so wo shaase
wan she bibia ase
mo hwe yan no pay amoye MPP for including members of parliament. Aferi Hospital, no. Edian ena President John Ajekum Kofo or Shasiam. Dayesono na mo ka ho asemo ana se Mo pesa mo ka kire say o sha ase o sha den ase.
You only signed the contract.
Aferi government hospital no. President Kufuor blog ben no to ye. Aferi government hospital no. President Kufuor blog ben and no to ya on the sha ase no. Inti dayo so no, yes. President Kufuor ehun say oh, ye be hia hospital. But President Kufuor wan fa blog kra nsi fom. Sound common and Uncle di efa bui. Bui project, the bui dam. Again, President Kufuor, even bui dam, you will go back to the first, second republic. It's a yenshishaya na wo ho na President Kufuor decided say, yebeye
betwaso.
And no crown, ye de ye koko.
Ekosi awa.
And ye kosi awa ye de ye bui. The whole bui project. Na shase na wie ye Professor Mills. Nti Kai said the commissioning no. He invited President Kufuor to be there.
Yeah.
Enti aferi nkomo no aye dia. Ye na MPP for na shase ye na MPP for na shase ye no. Mo shase ye we. Ana mo ba 8 years no a mo free aban mu ana eye 95% no. And then come on, when say hospital no baby said the TN a year you may and answer. Tiana no mamma and your Juman San Romoko.
Sound corona that.
No, I then no mamma hospital no. Anya Juma and San Romoko. The president Kufuor about Krum ha, ebe bia no Seria. Omu bia no wie no. Na doctor send the Jina wa aye Juma. Omu bia no na nurse send the wa aye Juma. Omu bia no na security officer saying ene afa omu. Enti enkomo no a ye difa hospital yare hwe ho asem no. Mesramo a mamoma ne nya NDC ni MPP partisan politics no. Because enne wo mo be yare na ye de omu be hospital no. Omu hia se ye hwe wo omu. Omu hia se ye hwe wo Into the minority conversation se wutie yenua afija asokore member of parliament are you free or say ni enti a omo amie no because there were variation contractor no e the figures ba omo fi se figures no wo so nti ese so omo so reconcile sa cobra and ama omu the deputy ranking member say oh $500,000 yes sir it's MPP person catch there say $500,000 in tea and ye nwi aferi $500,000 and unti ni ye nwi aferi 5% na aka no ama aferi no anya adwuma no unim and common ebi wo ha politicians need in common out na chira wo bisa aho say enne hospitals na aka the new patriotic party members of parliament argument na say e sha se ye adwuma yie even though they concede say oman complete no say e sha se ye adwuma yie enye sa nti aden no wo ho no oman na anya adwuma because it was not completed. And then I say, Abribia or Maya ye chichire no. Omo wo position no. Areho sem se de bia omo nim nyansa pa. Omo wo position. De bia omo nim nyansa chan omo e wa ban. Omo e wa ban mu nso de bia. Eniema nwie peye da. But omo ba opposition nimdie nyansa kwankyere nyina e politicians nsem enkomo omo di no wahu se contractor na bank community
over
deputy ranking member no nkomo no obedi ye no o de krata agents njrofo
David
o de krata agents njrofo nti adanse no a nsanjrofo benya gano pay ni yɛde kyerɛkyerɛ mu na wɛn aban ba no abedi nkɔmɔ ni wie a no asɔre na ɔkɔ opposition ba no ma bedi nkɔmɔ no ma asɔre na ɔmokɔ no wa bisa sɛ nkrataa no amudi di nkɔmɔ no ɛwɛn anɔpɛ ya yɛni abere a yɛ kasa sam fifire ni adeɛ nyinaa afɛri no wɔ hɔ a yɛ mie yi o sɛwia no ɛwɔ hɔ yɛ mie yɛ ofori kurom no ɛwɔ hɔ yɛ mie yɛ nano a poyando ba ha o ka ho asem ukodu afere ya you would know that the hospital is not in good condition ukosewia you will know in all of them there are contractual issues contractor no say aban si say no wa bisa ho say the transitional team o ya transitional team na enkomo no aya o mu di wo ho no eye de eye no korɛ ana o mu pebi aka no ma sɔre akom ba bi ha so abusianfo afaride no kan ohina Japan nkomo no oba mu no asan kofa another twist
edi aba because no money say nka Kennedy there at least or your MPP ni ntinka obetime di nkomo no bi di ama MPP for.
That's right.
But no crepa a wumpa say utie in common Kennedy aid and I will be the same in common has say MPP were in governance for 8 solid years. And if say ye pay political party bia ye betimi abono so say obetina bemu for 8 years now. When to me and complete Afari Hospital, when to me and complete Seria Hospital. Now will be about in governance for the past 16 months. That's a old man the pressure so onumum and complete here. I think say that narrative no may not answer well with me. But offer say even crowd in common Kennedy AD and then no crowd or can edison chair. No one come with Afari Hospital offer 500 bed capacity. Now estimatedly, so check it 2014 or more signing contract or more share construction as an able to me dipping close to about $100 to $200 million. Offer much now I get this construction idea drew 98% according to NPP and even according to the Minister of Health at that time. 98%. And I will see hospital no it could meaning say remaining 2% no now can wait me a complete man complete offer 98%. Utiem komona deputy ranking member aid now or say $500,000 and I was say Inka or more MPP for and as a government Edema contractor. I say $500,000 was say MPP Edema contractor. Then they see who crying. Senka at that time Enka Munti mean TSS Kanema contractor. That's even quite a variation in terms of contract in the moon sense when it comes to balance in the moon sense and Munti enya. Then they see who crying say Munti mean TSS can outright. And from a contractor, Emma establish a lot of things within a hospital. Emma Mwankasa Moon Commission, Emma Ensase, Enye Juma, Enfama Asante for Eukuman over. In Commonwealth, what is meaning your kind of creno? $85 million now.
We open no creben
over. Say, we do almost $500,000. We do almost $85 million. Where's he doing almost $85 million?
President Kufuado ko Sevilla. Oko commission Sevilla. All commissioner doctor.
No doctor no.
All commissioner nurse wo.
No nurse no.
All commissioner afa omo ebe no aduane wo. My point is that face no. Wo de nyani nyina kra. Some parts of the hospital can be working. Enti mo commission say ya ready ye de be ye adwuma no. Na eye de ya. Wo tie nsia sare doctor. O se o niema ni bi gu warehouse wo ba bi ye frɛ contractor na. Tell them what you chrome ha mobile no warehouse some nko a uko ECG na ko di nkomo so meet transformers warehouse uko bisa warehouse I can't say
cables warehouse
me nkomo no omudi a niema MPP nkomo no etwetwema so ne say so kan maternity block na wa convanoche maternity block na 900 bed capacity. Yes, yes, come fanye. Nanado danko Kufuado Belkrum have a boy a man say almost secure sika.
Almost the way.
Tio, Almost secure sika. Yede besi maternity block no. When you are or commencia kwasre yewura. Ema yewura tutun to mande na ni monyam beta dwumade na chi wo konfa no chewo.
Yeah.
Almost secure sika. Na bed capacity 900 no. Eso ate aba 500. But Ghana for nyina si o. Se na ye 900 na ye ntimi nsi. Na ne ye nya sika ye di besi 500 ya. Eye.
Okay.
Ye nsi. Me kan say ye mu bi sori gina. Se maternity block no kro mbebugu ye no. Omu di ntro wo ho. Because there was no report. Ekire se sa dan no omu dwirigu ye no. Na aye mmre a esesi ye dwirigu ni esi foforo. Ye challenge ye so omu fa report besi nne obi anfa report ama.
That's o medregu kwa.
Woni mani kasem ye dwiri hospital ni gu ye. Ye wo sika da ho ye besi 500 bed capacity wo Konfanoche. Na do dan kwa kufu adu wie ne term no. Hospital ne dan ni siwa ye anwie.
O man ko ho.
Bisa se sika no obebo ya mane wo krom ha se aye ready die besi 500 capacity hospital no sika no wey ewi a kire woni nkomo mbedi ye Ashanti Regional Minister Simon Osemensa say santokwa no a esi wa amano ne so kai santokwa no nti ama adwumaku a government na di sika eba me ye esi hospital no atwentwen so eno abi na ama kejeti ade no ekab enti bisa ho se nana dodan kwa kufu ado ebo yewura amane ema yewura de nani monyam beta adwumade no Konfanoche teaching hospital no na sika na nana dodan kwa kufu ado ka se ewo ho ntie besi 500 bed capacity no na oboa anase na odi no kure a kire yewura because 500 capacity maternity block no yensi
that BNC
enya no nko a ye tu nkrofo Africa jetia Central Market edi o ma ba race course ani yensie ho no enkomo a the then Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly mayor Janabo was says be di ye ne say on the regional minister almost say sika no a British government ni omo e ka ho de maye ne sika ne da ho adwadifo ne mpese omo betu afiri ho enu nti ne yentimi mfa sika no ensi dwa no ena Ghana fo nyina ye de ya no tu mu se oh adwadifo ye si dwa no a ebeboa mo mfie mienu de eye ntu de mo mesen na mo nko race course ho tio na de mo nko tena ho mfie mienu no bedru ne yesi ne kama na mo nyina ya sand mo ko Central Market mpacho Central Market phase 2 ni yesi
omunsi omunwe omun complete
Central Market phase 2 8 years yesi
omun complete
enti sika no a
contract no
sika no a me ye gye e de abesi enu nti ye tu adwadifo no e de omo ba race course sika no we kofi sika na we
se o se bi se da ho
na sika da ho no
onu mo no wo se busan se sika na we
ye bisa onu na ban nyina
o se bi en regional
sika no na da ho e we
onu mo no wo se busan se e we because of me kai pass san komo we o se bi di san komo we ejina so e ma ye enfo so katre dwedifo so muntu free Central Market wo no mo home into race horse cramp no na dwedifo ni bi cramp e play this enko munye ho yie kakra emfa mo mo na mo met na ho fendi omudwa bedo man ye ho yie atechenim e do mutu dwedifo ni nyina mo ba race horse as we speak omunsim yie
senti na me kan kire say edu ba bi no mo di nkomo na meti akire a na me hwe naano nti ni mama on fato ho mienu no maternity block no na president Akufo-Addo sika no wo ho enne wa wie ne term maternity block no esi wa ye wie ye omo kan kire say Central Market phase 2 no sika no eda ho adwadifo no na ye asodin
so muntu
ye tu adwadifo no after 3 years 4 years
still
Central Market Phase 2 no yawie.
Omo wie.
E aban a abai e na ebehwe am yawie.
We are completely.
Enti so omo ne odi nkomo a. Na ohwe na esi na anu no a.
It looks like, I don't know, say MPP minority for no feel say omo free aban mu no. E 4 years or say 3 years, but they've easily forgotten themselves. Say it was just last year, 7 January 2025. And omo handing over power, Edema NDC. And 16 months down the line, they want to make it look say as the NDC political party in power no, they are not doing the necessity of what Edema Ghana for. But meanwhile, you were in governance for 8 years. Some commoner moody no, that was the same when NDC was also in the opposition. No omo hold them accountable say sanya man omo nya farmer Ghana for. But mu free abemu down the line 16 months, you are making it look like say as a moko actually for about 8 years, for about 4 years, 5 years, and I'm hold the government responsible. But me offer say afaridi no nkomo na akofa science mbo nyina aba no. Say minister edi nkomo say $85 million bi. E was say the ma contractor. Na say in command press conference or moody in such say $500,000. I was say the contractor. Official document being a chere. Offer documents being a chere because in our democracy, no, say if we Ghanaians never hold more accountable, we must see both parties, both the NPP, both the NDC, because according to this particular, press conference, no, or moody in command say $500,000. Let's get the contractor now OD in commodity Fafari Hospital no. Let's get him on board. MP before din komo say 500 times because OD ko say document bang eloja e de kire yen central for kire say $500,000 na muja to say kai o say commodity ma contract.
We eye onwanwa. Pani no obedi nkomo no. Oyemra hye bedwani meboa.
It for 85 na
enti ono de parliament ho. Said de ye ya komfo anoche nkomo ba ya. Omu table issues. Emma yeto nsafre health minister kwabra minta akando. Na oba amrahye bedwam ho bedi nkomo no. Sa minority for mo begina bonten.
Jabi.
Omura amrahye bedwam ho.
Na mundi sa nkomo.
Na omo nka se afari military hospital nkomo no. Ye pese health minister. Eba amrahye bedwam.
No bedi sa.
Na oma yehu differentials no.
Aye wo ho.
Eno de eba on record. Eti Ghana ni bia behu bi. Na o ye press conference. One fa document ama obia. Mo begina hospital ni mfichire a. Na mo ye press conference. Na aye ho dede sa no. Oman na ya tra sa level no. Oman na tra sa level. Nti na mka kire o say there is evidence and I'm giving you the evidence.
Because from
I mama adwen me say enkomo no mu di wa afere no. Enye correct.
No crabby enim because of her. Utie nkomo na newspapers capture no so a. I don't say one newspaper capture say NDC courts in loot and share. I don't know say who san nkomo no.
Oh, the same
Sikano say $85 million say ya chuomo for loot and share.
Oh, so when him say papers na headlines na there. They be on my headline say auto. But the reality is that
that is the new
government hospital.
The new publisher
yes, after government hospital no. Yeah.
It offer me common say into $85 million. And I say government at that time, edi contractor na car, into contractor na didn't sika see a complete some part of the 98% no. Or one bottom sika $85 million on the complete and I say after in the government every TSS sika no and them contractor no. That's my question.
Most of the issues about contracts, one of them, if you are contractor na be no raise certificates. Near Chia. If you also a buy of funding, now they are here. Oh, yeah, Oba, no abeji, now they are here. Oba, there are variations here when at a point, maybe as I said, we delays nearby, now almost almost call we almost said near my baby. I say, in completion, Sunday money, now pricing near there. You say, you say, honey, you know, Tina make us say, asem no say, here, someone, won't come Rasha Bedrum. A name common wabont, didn't want Rasha Bedrum, near Free Health Minister. Na, in command, say, a 55 million a contractor ne de aba esese ye de man no complete ni ehu say 500,000 so a ni ehu because mo amotem ra hye bedwam ho nyina enkomo bia ni hwekoso Ghana ha emfa mra hye bedwam
efa ho
ehun nkrata bia so wo mra hye bedwam ho
eho na yes
dia de no mo di nkomo no wabonde
efa ho
Kofi Anzani ebebie phone line
enkomo we dey
Anzani ebebie phone line enkomo we aba
serious
na aba eko na aba retirement age on say ya can say udi 60 years
also call retire
wabre oman ye nhihye ne say nipa no wabre wasomo ache wo ye adwuma wo oman yi mu a aban adwuma enye yie nti Kofie nanu ya eba say 60 years no ye won kofo bebre ya after 60 no omo wa ahoden omo betimi aye adwuma nti adan na ye mo omo ntoa so na ye mfa nko 65 instead of 60. There were arguments that suggested say oye ne sa nso a emwa statistics no enye favorable to that argument. Me who says Senate Penny, Director General of Senate, Eddie Nkomo say the argument that is being advanced that we should extend the retirement age no onyi ni se beboa. Fi say ebe deny mabunu dodo no a from getting the opportunity to work. Efemi mene ne ya adwen. But anope ma se bisa ne say okọ hospitals okọ hospitals and now me know cause we do Convanochi teaching hospital. There are oncology ne other areas omo e wo ho a omo ye qualified that ese so omo ye adwuma no. I'm informed that omo nyina call retirement tio because omo di 60 years intino omo call retirement omo call ye no ye ni nkrofo a ya train omo enough to have that capacity and experience to replace them. Nti madwe ye me say whilst we stick with the 60 there should be areas ye be can say doctors there say enye general practitioners na ye omo a ewo specialty ye nhwe say omo de no ebeko beyond 60
maybe 65
because there are some doctors who need to catch us with this 60 years in here so on kotena fia
unjindi
what be say I say nti okotena fia oman no do we have human resource ebeto adwuma no so ana unim say ka say there are doctors oma call retirement omo som Convanochi teaching hospital ye de oma to roster so and so aban ntua omo ka. There are doctors who are more than 60 years who are on the roster of Convanochi as of today. Yes, omo retire. Nti ye omo dia fi payroll so. But doctors eba Convanochi be ye adwuma. Some doctors yi ebi din wo.
Pension sika na no mo di ho.
Na se dipa no. Expecting no a hospital ni hia no. Hospital ni. Why do we still insist say at all levels with this 60 it's so Kofi
sa issue we know so oko countries which say European countries now they have a systematic plan for these retirement people no over you were talking about specialty in terms of skill personnel will be a doctor be oncologist will be a gynecologist well this is 60 years yes on call retirement offer from 50 years to 60 years, you know, these countries near say from that 10 years interval, no, omo areas are omo training these young people or omo into the field. It's a doctor no 10 years to go into retirement. That vast 10 years never honor no. You be my doctor bia maybe 2 mentee, no one mentor. Say this is how the job is done. May foul at share wadie. say human way in the field way no say you see no you say
for
10 good years.
Unim say challenge are usually yen warrior say training people on the job no nkanya bad. But do we baby say na e dey krata because obi per se ne specialty ne say ya ese say wako school ese say amana body krata ansa na waba enti on the job training no wo ho but owo abodi krata e kire say obetimi aya na
offer say abodi krata ni pono wako school most of times enkoda no mo free school mo ba no fine o makwa kusun ade na ba. But when it comes to experience,
okay.
So you are
talking about Oma qualified. But then the processes. Something I me feel say specialty. Baby, I see. Oh, wait there. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
We should move their pension to 65. I agree. Say, to say okay in US there. After 60, they give you 2 years. 2 years, they say renew amount 2 years. They say amount 1 year. No why? Other professions it happens. But the argument now is that are then doctors and health areas no go for specialty no and nurse. Why don't we give them an opportunity to still stay? Never can say we call retirement in John Kofi. Now Otifia and your friend say cases we will may the whilst I agree that 60 no you can't say they quite anymore. In fact, the actuarial research in Nema Oma ye na di dance say you extend equal 65 it may not help us. But there are areas of specialty we feel say hot as I see a TB especially in the health side. Because doctors see you been training to do no
of a specialty no areas of specialty no and don't gonna me say these doctors na ye do obo ho nkoma then young doctors no mo be mu no I need say specialty when say nipa we call in his retirement age I be dey say be replace no say young doctors ne ba young doctors no enko specialty or not doctors no munim de no en train you omo and by the time nobody 60 years no we will get someone who be feel the
Kofi I rehearse say areas be I go for mfa
and say one point
enti wo he field no wo be he na nipa fa hokọ no esua
and say one point
nipa fa hokọ ni sa I'm informed that high court judges retire at 65 years and court of appeal ni Supreme Court at 70 years all say no there ye biem sa na me feel say oko health side ho nso a omo I was specialty no ese so omo de no nso ye no sa because when you see some of the doctors 60 years yes we call retirement what if you then
or very young also
meanwhile and then the training e dey my health for say oko hospital ho na oko he omo a medical science na he nipa dodo a omo ye medical science any classroom I see em for mo ntina mu ni enkyere omo ade It's not surprising that you still find people who are supposed to be professionals and yet what they deliver to you is some way. Anopay yama wakwenya na onso ne mampani eni nkomo 020-633-4646 020-633-4747 oba na ne mampani edi nkomo ye yenso ya bobo so wa hai yama ho akwenya se kira adwen nimde ni nyanse ni ye nko ayetirim e akwenya ene ye nya na ye te afidie so anopay di ya kire ye de onso do de ba e ka ho ma oman no e kọ na anim I ready yetio Kofi
over
sir memenda unim se dwumadie kase bi e ba so ofidua mu
how many pa
yes gifted icon
season 2
di anopa no nwotwe na chese bibia hihye so ye pa ho ntoma ma obibia
because of gifted icons no there me di okay
All right. Amankwa wa Duato. Amankwa. Hello, Amankwa.
Hello, Kojo Marfo.
Yeah, Joso.
Yo, the Nanko Pasi. Discussion I follow. Come here and say, as a Kromano, there be a person of the field where I shall be. Democracy near practicing. MPP before, MPP who vision on Kofa for the buy, a projects. In Tom secure funding and free power. Almost a kind of 2014 thereabout. Into President, so President Mamma start here. Name call baby about 50%. When we super power for 50%, and they are coming at 98%, who can 85 million. Yet, young 98% and 2% $85 million. Adabraka. Young Prime Tonchine, you have to get your first two. Any conventional maternity. I was progressing, covered by the issue by home. Then DDEP, as story projecting because a loan on the day. So the white that wanted to know. Creditors wanted to know, say, saying a beco and send a resume. Nina Manache, but that said, and until Ghana for say, you have to about the TMPP, among NDC overwhelming majority. No. And to what prevent them from bear, you know, Nessa opposition, I'm in Casa Bay, man. They say, if I say, catch a Ghana for one, say, man, people in Casa because of by 8 years, one to me, and you begin to know, say, coach, mamma, on Kana. Yet the amount said by Bayer now, there be an MPP that, MPP this, yet to me, and engineer Chinchin. In Tumba, I don't know, you can say, I also open, so I didn't say. Say, I'm really near cause of Yanis idea, and wow, be out. And why on my then again, you know, you are against specialties, no hospitals, no. Yes, candidate, you know, and mom was either High Court or Supreme Court, 70 years, depending on the panel head. The sister partner of the so I don't know the call. Near Mom, train no more, some of us have been pumped watching best establish a cardio center and a Boagana. You crow when you're penema. And we hear too much any actually another be I coin circles and as some of our candidate of I am from towards the next 3-4 years was I'm not the cancer seminar view. The big one in my net in Comma. And the employee for me out of the box. Near sir politics in way you're saying to one smile and equalization and the age number be age nana.
Yes, that's an open coffee and Chemune say. Ubia ya Ganadi. Ubia wa home quite so charging.
Yeah.
But who are we doing common? And I would do common we are your baby shall say. Now saying. Confirmation maternity block. Now your sissy cannot at the whole your secure funding.
Our funding is kind of down.
It is a cannon daho, ya discana brain. Wasn't Tokwabia sin today. Sicano co. Central Market Phase 2 no. Sicana daho. And you're too ready for it's a really and see Ghana. Wasn't Tokwabi a day?
It's in Tiscanamba.
Meaning
say, on my chrono, any at that time, who for the Dinkomo, except for this Canabemano, and Tokani see, you know, in Thomas as a Canamba. They will miss a cannon now, Sana, and before the so much. Yeah, so,
yeah, maternity block. Yeah, this can down my way from 900 bed to 500 bed. Yeah, this can down away. Central Market Phase 2, this can down away. You're too a ready for the bar race course. Ever far take chem is soon after 2 years, after 3 years. This can down away. It will be our home coins or children or Ghana because I your mind here chichiri.
Yeah.
But Obana would dim common. And see Bisa say. Now saying. Ahmed, good morning. Hello, Ahmed. Ahmed.
Morning.
Good morning.
Pacha friend Ahmed make us every corner.
Yentio.
So we dear Medamasi any Yakupu Shiramo. Mumi Runa Motuano, Yamitu Minti, Mojuma in the Bekwa Chiripa, Yamen Soba Buamo, Jumana Muyi Musu, Munimuasida, because Lucredi na Motua Mokan, Moon Chantro, and Namonso Moon ye partisan politics, Namon Koha Emma, but Bia Nukrenedana Modieto. Because Monkomodi in my monitor mopa, in fact, mean who will be canasem Echiano. na nokore ne say what they say MPP wo mu bae na asanteman wo mu amwaye mu bae na Afel Military Hospital na do mama nom aye amoma boso aye bibia hyehye bibia kama na akade en enoma mpeto agum ne kwan no ne any what they say electricity amode be call ne equipment amode be ba 8 years mo antimi anya amwa asanteman hwe sewu regional hospital the same thing akufo de krokro de Jones akoko they say ekoko bia ano se wawie behwe da free dan eba besine ye nhwe se enipa ba akokora akọ se okoje ayaresa na mo amwaye hwe NDC 4 year kejetia phase 1 wo mu de 2 years na ye yo mo ba na aka 5% at the 10% ana mo de beka anwie na phase 2 central market da honom eba besine monti anya mo amusi scan da honom a mo ba to aso aye monti anya akwa akotena atechi a race course. In fact, you know what the young can crew, a military hospital, a 500 bed capacity. It's 10 times as what they say, 11 times more than what they say, agenda 111. Nanka says, Kanamudi agenda 111 or so. Wouldn't come move 5, Esika Kuranko military hospital. Come piano, Nipanya, Dumaye, and Yan say, yet Hanum, and your mark you what they say, what 2 4, Akuyela la Sulala. And what they call he you what they say, come for nothing. NTN was seven no moguyen. If a pan of Becas I said to Quabini one is seeing, and Yano Russia, Ukraine for a mamma and see a Quansama and Yaduma. Yen penning for no man, your Maduma, Madame Sinan coupon coming.
Yes, yeah, that's it. And pay you guswa, Yaneman Penny, Edin Como Ba. Now, so watch Rajin, Yachichi or mine Ghana 020 633 4646 020 633 4747 Oba na yano Edin Como watch Radrin. Yachichi ye my Ghana, dear Guso. Oti and can't Oshayen or Fatcher Television Daybreak Jumedi. Hello, Anefi. Hello, Anefi. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Bajo Mientio.
Anefi, offer, good morning.
Good morning.
We there. I mean, we saw a story be about Sky Train, say, COVID. Not only COVID, na yes, Sky Train, no, a year and a day, $2 million in the ashe. We see, and say, a memoir, a mind that they can be good, so okay, so come once a month. Obi tinchen na dwen say oh yeah politics asem bi o mbeka bia ni ho adekwa adwendwunu mu a eto asomu eye kro no bokeke no mbabo wo man no eso mba be say wo man no resources wo ma amaso baby bia pepe bia beboa wo man no enti ano mo nsem kan ya na ahomete wo kana wan hwe a wo no kwakutie obi maka say o di panyin bi atama na o kan asem say wo kan na me de me ka se be nya me sere se nyankopon nyina eye Ghana fo achi na ene ye ninkunim na apese so no isi adwuma yefuo na omota amaso ne boss man sare a wo kọ no panimfo se se obi anku a wa du ene de omadwuma papa o mu ye no so mu de abewe ya Ghana fo agu de adwuma boni so mu ye so a Ghana fo agu wa kọjọ ni nyame nya adwuma ne da se
Yenso ye da se anope oba ye no ebedi nkomo Kofi. Picture of the day no nkofo achira adwen wo ho a yen hwe se omo abo omo ho modern ana se omo amfa nsi ebra abusuafo nso efre na omo chira adwen picture of the day
about 4 people that we free Kojo or say professional speaker and or the other we free or say Evans or say the son of Ekufuado, Patrick Derby. We free Alex or say Vitamin or say man with 5 teams. The self-acclaimed I have overachieved. The man who said no coach will be only allowed players for national teams. And we will say the man who sees criticisms as hate. Baba Rahman father. It will be the Abba.
All right. Solo, good morning. Hello, Solo. Hello, Solo. Solo.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Yentie wanope.
Me what for me DJ Blessing me kasa wa takrade.
DJ Yentie o.
Me pacho nyama bi ukodo Ghana ha. It's a high time all the way politics wajifi yan Ghana na nyama kodo Ghana. Denwa awo Erica no kwa no ebinye bi owo party party bi omo be defend the party just because so onye no one studio so onye no two studio but no kwa no the whole more wanka ona no ma Ghana enkodo no ona no ma Ghana enkodo no ona no ma Ghana enkodo ona ne Ghana nyembre na me asem bi na mbi so de Ghana yentumi nyembra the party oye the madinga party bi ba odo continue ma me pede mu but the one chim my sembre bi wo botum aye the ma politics Ghana parliament one pass na ka Ghana yan won ton.
All right. That's it. Anope also ubetimi achradwen. The directive principles of state policy. I think is a chapter 5 of the Ghana's constitution. A part of it say as practicably possible. Say ubetimi aya. Nti enye nhye constitution no enhye obia say oba say otoa so o say eye possible say so ya but the yanko kokobimra na yemie sanko ejawusu
Kojo morning no
good morning
and I'm bajo you say ohun me so me ho ye Kojo dey wo how Kojo me say odie ye ka media journalists a mo asantemom Ghana ane Ghana hanoma udi ma kotene pa and trone na there bi koso efa afali hospital no ese nipa hede bubu nu egu ma tum say tintina enam say ni adwene ye no eye nukro enye nukro di adwene ye no ana yebe de yebeka Kojo minim say afali omampanyi kufo abreso ena odi ehun komo say adwene say ne wontirim say ewo so oye dai opese oye van say parliament in parliament gitu mu say ade we say no omampanyi pese oye dai oye Kojo mpese busa say omampanyi kufo abreso omu secure loan bi say yemfansi afali ade am pese busa no omu secure loan
the loan was secured in 2014
sir. And so you were generous for asantimum yanuma and me say baby a former station baby a first now one that is that the radio so say omampanyi ko for na Jesus ka no to ho no mo me ka chen so nya abuti no nti asema me ka no o ka chen se me minim hwe na so wo ya kwala omampanyi ko for anji one city kura ne nsan kan fan to no say ma ti sika to na bia me ka ma to nti me ko na ban Professor Messi ba wo dia ba be share adwuma na se enye sa na tie enti se wo intention se wo be yes adwuma we sei ene wa ye dey ukọ na obi aba because Arab Spring ntokwa na esi ye no omo bandage project no because that time no Iroject project no na omo ne bi anyim na wo se omo ye dey omo ma Iroject fo nsika ehona na omo gi sika na free enu nti ntokwa na start ye no omo almost 2-3 years and sana mama ekodi anim ayede esa akoka amoma gia to say ne ye be mamu sika na mo de baba be yes ade no wo ye generous wo ya kwala wo ti radio so na wo futura guni pani so say o mampa ekufo na gi sika to o ika be say na oje to o no because we ka say ama
babe enko hwini valley na me no nua ho eni nkomo obeni ajeman
nua na mo to say
ye nyame den abedu ye danase megidi se wo ho ye
Ichero na machin batie for. Minya ndo kwasa mo se sentrofo a omo Kumasi beyond omo ya ye bibi tie Kumasi man beyond Omo the way anka me expect sense and drop of book must be picture must mine and sentiment put you. Yes, silence and drop of the book must moye. What am I saying this? So bibia ba kopem se amanyafo no akasa ho ansa no kuma sentrafo aka ho asam. Ebi can start was from interchange. Oh, you better 40 years, you better 30 years, you better 2 years. And son of Commander Central Portugal said, no, you can't watch them. You are tossed him. A year. A quayam puntujuma Kumasi, you are the first one. No son and puntujuma concraya is a drop of the first one. You can't cry me home. Who concras and come and lady you. Obese, President Kufoja Sika, added to her, one first account to her. Grant the President Kufu and first account to her. Young father, sir. One year, I guess I was a military hospital, a sea, as antimem. President Kufu, one first account down to her. I am no correct. Nothing, somebody here. You must say, so I'm first account to her. I didn't know you see hospital. That alone was the greatest thing. Yes, I was here who said, I play any other man this about 2009. When we hospitals are going to see Tamale, and that's why you have Tamale. Yeah, you can't say home, yet you know, that also be him. Omu some of the concrete, I could cut 37 and that's another crack. Many Emmanuel, so we can't win now.
There been a Nkomajima Udino. Tangential issues. Nkoma Udino has nothing to do with Aferi CSC and INC. The okay can na ebae. We are seeing. You be see hospital no Aferi. Hospital na see Aferi no ye say a check ni wie.
I agree.
And the advanced argument no come be a fear over.
You mathematics let me progress. Matthias here. Enti anya mo obi so nka say obi Jessica na obi Jessica. What is Jessica and obi Jessica? You have to do it. It is good for Santama, it's good for Ghana. So it's neither here nor there. Enti some issue no doesn't come in at all. That's right. Enti moving forward. You best say. And some forward here, one more Kumasi na menamo kasa. We na munye together. Na Kumasi puntio. Yamani nye first thing. Sadia, UGMC, University of Ghana Medical School, cry 4 years back home. Son attack the Mumia back home. Yes, UGMC, no. Mumia back home. Because I don't think so. And cry is better than Kumasi. No. But, and you peppy Naman Abanasa. You peppy Naman Abanasa. But you need central for your back home. Let me be bunny and yet together. About arguing, papa, because you're all at the end of the day. So be here, or be anye. You're all after the development of Ghana and Asanteman. That's what we are all fighting for. It must go to that form. Sir, Obi Jessica, Obi and Jessica. No, I mean, sir.
All right. May I address this issue after Kofi? Hello, Kofi Watakrade. Kwame Watakrade. Kwame.
Yeah, Kwame, okay.
Yenti one.
Yeah, I'm sure you're power here. And I am Poto, Yanimpi for a loss not down. Want to the sana. Because on Beladon, 53, Yam of my IP for still them Beladon, if you are there being jailed, what a pa, now at shadow. But I need to share. It won't do what is some brother camera. Because everyone and that now one some trouble say it wasn't kind of call a far brighter, what casting within your more than a corner, no one can. Why you have a taquada? Taquada, one of the Biala government will be end this to NPP, one of the Biala where Taquada man. If you know what overhead, we waka. It's a wild bush, no, you are Luffy. One trade bill. I why bush no so. You're soon say, you're soon say, into me. In black and blender, 1 hour a bar, we are going into Muncha, no, and for Yajan Cry, why should I then? Why the son? What you want to know? I'm going to pay for your bone, your pie, your bone, because it's a Bible quite was straight and want to win the when I was in a fancy and fresh snapping to qua, if I'm good yum, was more than entire. What will enable? What will enable? It's a opinion sky, young boy, opinions, I can support names, because the Codino, nti ɛno mbɛ no de yɛsɛ pɔnkyɛ wala wɔn nso wɔn wɔkesa ogyechi wɔn kesa wɔn nsɛm dɛm mɛ ɛdɛm 92 sɛ constitution wapɔn eti a ekuro esisa sɛmbrɛ pii ɛdɛm nso wɔn sɛmbrɛ no adɔkoro wayɛ tɛmi a eba ne wo sika kan wo gye hɔ eyi wo sika kan wo gye hɔ ebi wɔn ntua do maa nɔ yɛ nti wɔn hwɛ wɔn sɛmɛ na yɛ pɔnkyɛ wɔn nyame yɛ edwuma.
Yɛda ase anɔpɛ yɛmfa de otwa toɛ na me address this issue about Accra Kumasi journalists ne ade a de bia na omo boy so bo krom ha omo boy so bo krom ha no Kofi and that's my challenge with parliament. You see our agenda 111 and ne abesen ye kum it de bia na ka and aban a waba o metoa so aban a waba o metoa so o de mame nkobo amamra Mohammed.
Yes, ha.
Net say.
Nyame adomeye.
Yeda ho asem yentie wa no pay.
Yo, anapɛ de me da masene adwuma pa mu di magana. Abanda da etwa mu asante region se ye pempuntu a nka abanda da etwa mu no na nka wosan ka me ye ne bre. Mo ye afari ene hospitals a and this penso mo ye ya o mantimi yanyi. Se no e wo se sɛnea nipa baako no kaa no ɔsɛ ma yɛma yɛ nebere ɛpɛ asantere gye mpuntuo anyɛ saa deɛ a yɛbɛka akyiri sɛ ɛbɛnya apɔntu asantere gye mpuntuo so agye sɛ yɛtoa ndc so ma ɔmo kɔ anim because asantere gye deɛ mpp ayɛ ɔmo adwene sɛ yɛde yɛyɛ o yɛanyɛ o yɛantoa ma ɔmo kora ɔmo bɛwɔ ni nti sɛ yɛpɛ mpuntuo deɛ a ɛna nkwaraa daakye deɛ a woma yɛni nkɔ ndc so no munye bibima emma emto ho ma enchirima anya sa ye de ye ruwa ko e de na santere je wo anya Dubai NBC be ye ya nke ni munyam bia wa santere je ye no ane se na amene ye tugo du wa santere je na ye nya hwe koku ni ye nya hwe nti de me kan no mani abere pa mumma ye ni mmere ne ma aban we ntina so na wo ye hwese obetimi anko o ma anya bia mmoa ye ne ya yenyi o mu mfiri ho ni anya MPP ni NDC nyina ntin China yempe party papa oba beboa Ghana mpuntu medamase
yeda ase anopɛ party papa bia ni ho besisi abre ye kuroma ne ye moa ye yente party papa bia de ye wa ye NDC and MPP no but Kofi quickly let me address this me hu say ye nua ageman if you huni valley erase that argument Kofi krom ha me maternity block any other journalists erase issues bra ye buagu no mo amfie bra former road minister ya of Eastern region President Akufo-Addo Busuani Amoakwanta eba ebe ka kire se omo maye 5 interchanges wo krom ha nsentro for every day bia ye budget wi a nsentro for raise issues say aden na ye ma ye meye sa project yen ya ne enye nsejira adwuma wa asante
no mo ye
na nado danko Akufo-Addo eba swami ebe ye swami interchange asem yenua pani Matthew Poku Prempe ebe je kasa fidie sense ntrofo ebe kwa akogigi ska no ma begu aban animu ase ehwa na obeka t-shirt asem
ehwa na obeka
na nzenjrofo ayende ebra yewura eye hill convanochi project no yewura launch wieye all media houses na yedi ho nkomo ye bo ho advert ye MPs over 48 MPs e wo krom ha ye wura ka kire om so mo ya man kran aye wo mo dedodo na om mra na ye mehwe kuma ase no MPs no na about 45 of them were MPP MPs bisa say om dodo osan and contribute to that project no Omumu dodo sen and omu gina mrashe bedwam. A man saman said drop for kan wa asante no. Omu gina mu kan say ne kwan so anti yemesiesi asante. MPs dodo sen and a tena asante support to journalists for say maternity block no Nana Akufo-Addo besi. So I'm interchange no beye. Kenjetia phase 2 no beye. And central for kan no. Party manwa. Womu MPs doors. MPs no do was saying. Go to the records. MPs do was saying. And the project yes a masante. Impuntu omra. Accra. Project Ben what is and journey na kan ho asem ye project. Accra project ye wo ho nyina including hospital UGMC. Then as enjoy central government and o develop it you want to cry no omo nya bibi so nku bia o tena ha na o kan ni ye nwunu because your party na aba your party na wa ban o te se krom hankofo ye pempuntuo aban me ye adwuma na MPP ni aban no kra mo mpese mo temo no o te se nkofo ye dede wa asante hia mpuntuo asante hia se ofa ne ntoma pa fira na ye NDC na wa ban MPP ti aban mu a on te se ye wa asante ye kasa
ye di san
komone se ye mfa asante de ma no
yendi san komone da yendi san komone da
kwabransafoa anopai udi aba nkomonim
yendi
for
san komone
8 years kwabra empendodo sen empendodo sen na aka se mfa mpuntuo mra asante
yendi san komone da
MPs do a na omo kasa no omo tumirika no omo kwa afari omo tumirika no omo ko fori krom omo tumirika no omo ko trede for 8 years omo ye members of parliament omo represent asante no e dey no omo ka che na Nana Akufo-Addo
even Hill Confanoche project omo promises omo this kabe background no ohobusa say that Ashanti region MPs no omo this kana ba na bebre no omo promises omo pledge say omo this kaba ba to futuo ni
ndi enu apani agema na owo Hwini Valley what can ye ese say ye wa asante ye boa ama asante mpuntuo ekoso but ye nya isa MPP wa ban mu a ye mpese ye criticize MPP
e wa Ashanti region
no mu di ye nya wie no omo sori firi akonwa mu kwa afi na ne ya kai say ese se mpuntuo e ba wa asante ye ne saa enye ye ye ne saa enye ye na so ma me no papa te ase ne amfo anko school papa o stepmother no stepfather de do be ko school papa me bisa o ma me no papa te ase no sika o ho ya amfo anko school papa o stepmother no stepfather o papa no ma me afiri mu awie no afi ne de be ko school papa eso enkomo aye di no krom ha no we ya na ye kan mu bebo ya baso because ye bo aban ye chi so mfa mpuntuo mra MPP aban na ti akonyam ena anope ya sori ya gina na ye ka ena asante mu mfa mpuntuo mra asante a kasa abre mo be gina station ya nimu ha ade na ye criticize MPP aban no kura no na maka akire mu no samba mi aka de ye da ne da asante be fa ne ntoma pa afira ama minu mienu mpuntuo no yenso yensa aka na ga otena ban mu 8 years na afarisi ohwena no ha na se Nana president Akufo de so da ye na mudi nkomo ni nyina wie ye no na mo hwe ma president Akufo da ye so no ba mu a enkede mo kwa akogina afarisi yenye hospital no mamo ka mo kwa akogina se wi ase yenye hospital no mamo mo re munya hu hwe omo eden ye omo awoda ne ye ne omo bomu adi awoda ne ye dan ye ho ba na afia bidwafo de nkomo na bre anwumrei efi be 10 p.m. ekono the Black Stars will be in preparation to play do a little prayer for the Black Stars but ebo du baako anopeya sports team ne betena ase na matches no aye boy if you could Senegal de so eba besi anope no omo ne obedi hu nkomo amoahu omo bema highlight ni bibia ewu na afi Ghana de no eduru awia omo de no hu nkomo abrel anope de no obi bia opese wodo wadwuma kuo no ba na obeta adwumadie no achi no akwanya ewo ho edema ai sa pepepe. So let's go and celebrate friends and loved ones. Kofi
Ofa
who be odina woda no pay ana
ofa hanu de bi nyam.
All right. Ene na anope Mrs. Inoklina Opoku edina woda or Higher Life Assemblies of God Church. Higher Life Assemblies of God Church. Anope yama woda pa. O church members ni nyina we show the best of the day. Sa na anope Efia Benewa Jedu, CEO of Carles Street Closet. And ne wa woda ezo shop do take the cabin anope yama wa woda pa yesre wo suru nhira ne adom edema. Are we done with birthdays? And still no. Okay, nti mama nhwe we say ononso de na your birthday and then we'll quickly deal with that one. That's just about it for birthdays and pay one woody one woda the 17th of June 2026. Abujafo ye dan ye ho aba ye ba abujafo betena ase na afi nkomo no de aka. Se maka sure say opani no osisi wontimi nya adwuma bi wo fi Legon. And oba beye electoral commission adwuma after 8 years no also wa kai se adekire no ebeboa no to osan akokira de abidwafo ba yebebisa obeye project no wawie project na ekọ ana asesen because adwuma na yede ma no a oye no eya kosi dapem nti aden no so wajai na den na chief justice former chief justice eso wontimi ntu abanfu bio no anope ye de san komuni nyina ebrɛ den a afari betwim bi se nipa bi fi se Kennedy ohene Japan ade na woye ne nra anwea na o sagu Dr. Mahmoud Baomi agarem ye dan ye ho abasisi a Daybreak dwumadi of Fache television so.
From the heart of Kumasi, we rise and shine, bringing hope and stories through the test of time. Every home, every family, every dream we see, together we're building a stronger community. With the truth as our compass and vision as our guide, sharing moments of joy and the people's pride. From dawn till evening, our light will always be a channel of inspiration for all to see. Every story matters, every voice belongs. We're connecting generations through our songs. Fakiti, the voice of the people, bringing the world a little closer every day. Fakiti, thinking of hope and purpose, lighting the future, showing the way. We celebrate our culture, our dreams and our unity. Together we're writing a new legacy. Fakiti, forever will stand, serving our people across the land. Through the news and the laughter, the triumphs and the tears, we've been sharing life's journey throughout the years. For the young and the old, every story unfolds, a platform of greatness where destiny is told. champion the businesses, talents, and the arts, giving opportunities and touching many hearts. A family of visionaries committed to the call to educate, inspire, and uplift us all. When the cameras are rolling and the lights are bright, we're working together to make the future right. With faith and determination, we'll continue to grow, taking Faki TV wherever dreams can go. Faki TV, the voice of the people, bringing the world a little closer every day. Faki TV, a beacon of hope and purpose, lighting the future, showing the way. From Kumasi to the nations, our message will be heard and cover communities with every single word. Faki TV forever will stand, serving our people across the land. Faki TV. Faki, now you're free. Faki TV. Oh, Faki TV. Faki, now you're free. Faki TV. From the heart of Kumasi, we rise and shine, bringing hope and stories through the test of time. Every home, every family, every dream we see, together we're building a stronger community. With the truth as our compass and vision as our guide, sharing moments of joy and the people's pride. From dawn till evening, our light will always be a channel of inspiration for all to see. Every story matters, every voice belongs. We're connecting generations through our songs. Faki TV, the voice of the people, bringing the world a little closer every day. Faki TV, a beacon of hope and purpose, lighting the future, showing the way. We celebrate our culture, our dreams and our unity. Together we're writing a new legacy. Yeah. Faki TV forever will stand, serving our people across the land. Through the news and the laughter, the triumphs and the tears, we've been sharing life's journey throughout the years. For the young and the old, every story unfolds, a platform of greatness where destiny is told. We champion the businesses, talents, and the arts, giving opportunities and touching many hearts. A family of visionaries committed to the call to educate, inspire, and uplift us all. When the cameras are rolling and the lights are bright, we're working working together to make the future right. With faith and determination, we'll continue to grow, taking Faki TV wherever dreams can go. Faki TV, the voice of the people, bringing the world a little closer every day. Faki TV, a beacon of hope and purpose, lighting the future, showing the way. From Kumasi to the nations, our message will be heard and govern communities with every single word. Faki TV forever will stand, serving our people across the land.
Ghana ye DNT Edio Toka Rentals Adaroma and ye de ofen bro. Ne ye ka na ye bisaw. Se onso fa wadwen kire ebre 020-754-3637. Na watwi ye sha ase ape na aban kasamafo Felix Kwachi Ofosu boy amane ye se ne ye tete se former Chief Justice Madam Sophia Akufu resign as a member of Council of State na Eyenokre. In fact, if last year na ehon komo buy na council ne ye say womni ni be din komo e bia na nye bibi den bia council ni didi ne komo na chese nya de amame no o sign ababio na esese aban etu anamon na oyen hihye de obi foforo ekowurem. Ye ba dwada na chese ba kwa asem PM ye electoral commission aden a ese bossman asare say obeso osan kokko kira ade na ade kire wa fi ade kire wo jai si adwuma na to ho akọ ene ye boy aman ye say tete enso ne retirement aso yo no nso okọ aban kasa man for be boy aman ye say san hihye ni nyina egune kwam anopay ye bisa ye hu say ya sense nkomoda danam nti esese His Excellency John Dramani Mahama replace nipa mienu say nipa mienu no replace you omo no ombeye NDC for ana say ombeye MPP for anopay ibedi nkomo because ye nim nkomo a ewo krom ha bakosem a ewom ene ne ye ya obi anka bosman asare a oso ogya akokira ade na afi ya ba behwe aferi nkomo no enye chinchinia hospital no dize nkomo ewo krom ne se Kennedy ohene Japan aferi nkomo no odi ye no anwea abosia ene opese odigu Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia agari ntina party nyina mpanimfo ka aferi asem a ono nkwa de oti aferi no de bo bi enye ye gise MPP na anopay yedi hu nkomo Uma Harris a member of the NDC communication team opani em wache
Ejoso opini
na etisen
alhamdulillah bibia e kama
ya da nyame ase
I think my first time I'm back and I really it's a step in the right direction pa haso ya fi
ya dase George oboku amponsa medium
brakwa
na etisen
sina yankopon adom
esuo tutoto ekwi adwuma no ayede
pa
I see
you see I'm a from anopa no isi anefa itin be du fie ma bantem cry bia no isi anefa no cry na course free fie ba no doso tin o ze mitwa so ba because why e nika ma me free ho abafia
na
ayede ama me
I see
ti e beda yankopon ase
I see
se auto nso man em se nso na oguso a auto na aso no Kojo mema da so Ghana o anu asema esi president Krom mente se president akasa wo ho
asema na esi president Krom
nya bole esi senior high school bi ho
ada de na esi ho
one pa na on country ni
almost the NSO.
TSC teacher ni bi ni akola bi na. Nema omo dia beto dwa Ghana ha say no.
George.
I'm say hey.
Dabra kan omo gidi say ye chiche nema na ya nche ni yie no ka ho.
Oh there be media no kra ni. Ya me ni media ni yie. Na kwano de hu mi say we share onua.
Anyway,
George, I see your Minister of Education GS or so mutuanamo na president will come.
Minister of Education, Nikro
Neba. I don't know person be amodi amanyase.
Oh, come on.
I don't know be amo person because some of my food soldiers on social media and what they are saying. So I don't expect a perfect gentleman like you.
Omo person the foreign man penny.
Omo the foreign man penny kwe. But na me say George there. Gentleman won't say na so
anyway, anofai eyon komo foforo. Nanso abakose mane yon komo dada. The positions and the appointment of Nkofo into these positions have always been back and forth amongst party four. Yeah. The appointment of Charlotte Osei into the EC office. The argument then, apart from Niema Basabasa Nkofo kind, the argument from the opposition then, and they say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama appointed NDC. People even went further to give us flyers. I suggested our contested parliamentary seat in Adia Nina, Yenya dance here. Tima Menetina Konyamu or ye Jumano. Nice or ye Juma at the Ama NDC. Your uncle form council are buying a son or no so best son. Tia buying a son, ya Nipecubia, away easy ho, at the crata, a cordine, buying a quine or more fast, ye or more Jumano. Na emuna hone ade ayeyi maame no there has always been political twist in that discussion. Then one more buy na akwanya wo ho se na na dodanko Akufo-Addo replacing Nkofo ewo electoral commission enti Bosman Asare Tete ene Jemensa no nyina no because there were vacancies. Let's say appoint one. You do koduru ho nso no. Enkomo na simple. Anado danko Akufo-Addo buy wabe pack electoral commission. Titru ni abrantie bia. Brown Hafo region na almost oye adwuma. E de boa the New Patriotic Party onu nso ni din ebe mu na che say asem komo no kra. Enei akwanya fofora aba. Akwanya aba no beyond the complaints e call company ahye that electoral commissioner penini na Nkofo a no mo ye adwuma no omo anya omo adwuma ye nti yenye nhwehwemu ni yenyi omo mfiri ho chief justice ka say nsuo ni nkomo no mbebo ye ni mu no na Nkofo office akoda we die Bosman Asare deputy commissioner na wabo aban amane say ne kon ado bra na o kira de wo legon no nti wo pese ogya adwuma no to ho no ko legon ekwokyira ade na che se sese mampanin epe obi ede ne kosi anan sa na Mr. Tete nso de say 60 no wadu 65 nti ono nso ko retirement so ono nso ye replace Oma Harris amenhye nkomo ya influence nti se hwan no na mo de omo ba na mo de omo ba omo ye Ghana fo ana so omo ye NDC fo
o na say technically on be Ghana fo be menhye ase na ma menfa nchi akese na menfa ma wahwefo nyina na nchi Aswase constituency for titu ne member of parliament honorable Muntaka Mubarak and Ghana Black Stars so hwe de ekoso ya ma so wahwe Jessica Makama as a patriot ma nya Jessica ni bi anhye ne zina me ma mempeche
o so peche
Ghana fo de o be support Ghana o ma mo support Ghana so o mo support Ghana
no correct
na initiative bi am MC de aba e Aswase constituency am pese me loud honorable Bernard Dalalasan one of the astroturfs here or by within the span of time I obey MC so far ye obako biensa e Aswase constituency have two so ongoing and number multi giant screen one of the astroturfs no Syria be Ghana for any Aswase for ebebu no eba bebo dompim ho na nyina ya hwe Black Stars na the support na kota Black Stars the honorable Bernard Dalani member of parliament any the protocol officer Alhaji Mustafa Yari say we a step in the right direction boy youths are more interest in sports into no kudos to them. Now menchia my regional chairman Nana Akwesi. Media DBA make when it is not broken, you don't fix it. Nana Chairman Akwesi wa prove far beyond reasonable without my competence. Yeni maybe obefa chairmanship no na seat aye wo. Ene na nyina ya yigina. Obe so mo no so yehu adwuma pa waye. Aso aba. Enti ne so waye adwuma ne kama dia. Na say we have no reason to maintain Chairman Nana Akwesi as our regional chairman. Now organizer slot now organizer no so uncontested dey say yenya branch bi so a ono so wa work wa rise through the ranks and files of our grassroots. The previous years no be person and be youth organizer Richmond or say and it wa hene for ni si ahene for say ontwen kakra no nko so anya party adwuma no famboa no ho na as say dey wa ye adwuma no na as say dey ya na ye friend so wombra na adwuma organizer dey asi ho ono so mefa no onto aso because obo ase yenya seat in the mienu kan ho so we abrantia no contribution towards the seat mienu a itimi deliver ya na we free ma enyeyi inte Richmond no say adodo na afre no ostrich no ono na nyankopon ya adoma ye de ne ba as Ashanti regional organizer na Mahmoud Kabore dey on the unanimous decision na ya take the dean of Ashanti regional communications to say ono na lawyer Abbas Elkono yedi edwuma no ehye ne nsa so meto aso na enye kama sa na enkoso anya den embre MPP wo musunsum ne wo spirit asesa na enko ne sa nti Mahmoud Kabore anapawi pecha no na electoral commission assembly dey bia me kan asem say it's better to call a speed and not a garden too you do pempen so I say it me kind of create chair MPP e wa konwa so a opese wo ye de obeya a se credit ba e be ka se MPP na ye MPP never want to share glory with the NDC. Sanso na NDC empese obe share glory with the MPP. So say anamete because there are people even in the NDC who disagree with my personal position. Yen na Ghana for. Say ye de to me share aban bi nsa. Na che say aban ne na di so ade hunu na okoton ma Ghana for. E no mugidi ye. E di to me no share sa aban nsa. And it is incumbent on the government say obehwe the right people who meet me aboa no na sa boshe na yeko share Ghana for say ye pese e be yewi ni etumi aye the pepe without complaint e will say ye man kwan ma ne so I don't have no problem with the system of say aban be gin say we na meet me na ye adwuma we mean to me ni ye adwuma enti mo ma me we I believe in that say dia be a ekoyi a aban ne betime de nsa esi ne bo aka say me na me ye anko ya yenya complaints na me kra no nipa no wo mpamasem mi ja no ho no na oye den o sabotage me sas issues we ati bebre recently I started say yenya energy crisis so ne zam komo yi by people were crying say ye buy ya ECG for penny for bi o wa ya ansesa o moniti no I don't think about ça but in actual fact minister I had the opportunity to meet minister no catch him say Harris look enye always the case say aban sisa workers now more on it is assumed so many are aligned to the government economy ebi mo wa they are very patriotic e ba mo djuma so mbe ye djuma ama Ghana eni djuma mo ye no so abenyama omo ye so normally some mo ye sa conversation na mo ye to say they are sabotaging him na no because bebre o so a omo ye committed a omo bua no ama nyoma ye hu say he is doing to 10 things around to ensure say yenya stable electricity in the economy. Some of them necessarily are not members of the NDC. Even if they are members of the MPP, if not lost focus. Until we shouldn't generalize. That was the day I'm saying. But so me, I believe in winner takes all. I strongly believe in winner takes all. The NTN American say, people can say, what they say in Ghana for? Yes, in Ghana for. But then we have an agenda. You free baby. You catch them for the also, when someone doesn't share in your vision, in your ideology, in your principle, the person will never understand your journey.
Me too.
Obia won't share your vision and share your ideals and principles. The person will never understand you. And the person will not see things so serious like you see it. And untina auto car na a bo speed run be a chiba ko say na wo ye machine. But so the kind of mobi no chia e bo hokra na emfa no because enyo ne eden every toy. Omanpeni dada Nana Akufo-Addo. Omo nyamba e no mo ka se Charlotte say no NDC. Na mo ba ombe yi no. omo buy ampany ampa so omo de ose eyo omo ti me pay technical knockout de de e de ball man koi oba ya omo de Jane Mensa buy Jane so be ye ne adwuma na omo ne no at peace because omo ahotoso say Jane Mensa onya ade a ebe ha omo aban. In fact, so betimi ayi di kra na ade a ebe boa MPP aban no e na obeye because that was the thinking Abraham Charlotte say for your electoral commission. But yemusa ehun Charlotte say a supervise election a NDC e win e true or false true. And also supervise election a MPP e dey e lose ye true or false true. But supervise win for the NDC, win for the MPP, win lose for the NDC, lose for the MPP. And almost saying in our Montias, say Charlotte saying that declare President Akufo-Addo President of the Republic of Ghana. Amidst all the attack and insult, bastardization, still she declared President Akufo-Addo because Ghanaians then believe in the visions and the principles of President Akufo-Addo. Our President Akufo-Addo so be boom, man. And Charlotte says could not do anything. And then with me, and the man. That narrative, no, Amama Betia say, electoral commission cannot win election for any political party. So, what political party, and you do your things right, and you are vigilant, and you are in touch with every process, electoral processor, no electoral commission can rig the elections. Yeah, election 2024. Amidst all the problems, but they cannot win the elections. Say the Obianin say Jane Mensa, some of her conduct and any utterances, any the way I was treaty NDC, paying for even at the IPAC level, to the extent say what it my boy put IPAC at certain point in time. Okay, boss Manasari is infamous and very sorry of a statement. Said the NDC is a threat to democracy of Ghana. As an electoral commission, referee Wajina. In 15 years, Obe say ahani hano asundwe beba no. With me label the NDC as a threat to the democracy of Ghana. Eni na yanka ho asem. Se na nka yen nyina ni se na
yanka ho asem.
Oh, say the ya say ya ka ho asem kra ko si say.
Okay.
And ko si that ya. But then ya say okay. Amidst all your disagreements with the electoral commission then because now you say nyahwe but then Jame say it means say one MPP no at a point in time it was established say or you're an integral member at a point in time. Her relationship with former First Lady, Madam Rebecca Kufu, and it's answer something about it. Say it is we against our faith and the work that we did. You better complain, but we cannot change it. But the other say you be making sure say your policies and your programs maybe tinya ton. I'm a Ghana for when say you buy you money tinya and your born your home day. And your policy, every process, electoral commission, no, Nyanko Ponchadi, Opel, you winning and Untuminka say you win is unto declare. Be declare my. Into nearby and mobile number Saji Mensa, Charlotte say, but Charlotte say, and declare President Akufo-Addo. Jane Mensa, so I didn't buy him. Jane Mensa, so Akufo-Addo didn't buy him. One also the best way His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, or don't be declared as a winner. So yes, I believe say near my be or we are there yamanya sem until say you become crash chair it will move forward. Yes, let's agree say o man peni bia ba no nyina so a emu odu say we be take step bia o feel say e be protect our democracy because election could be very very important because when it manage processes ni ya it me the ye ne kese e de beto mind you hu afarijan say me it is so say very honest you must say what's one single statement in Afarijan under his rule as the electoral commissioner or it suggested say he was aligned to a political party A or B. He was conducting himself well even though people had their insinuations but certain utterances and a conduct the end where Emma amount for failure say Afarijan was in bed with either the NDC or the NPP. None. Yebusa say Charlotte say yenchire ade ba ko a e kire say we align. This one Edumoso Krawa she once contested. But Boss Manasari before he was appointed by President Akufo-Addo, he was the patron of TESCON on the University of Ghana campus. He was the TESCON. One na MPP for Mbebuna Omo University Osha Omoso. One na Omo ye program what in bottom sika ma musika ma mkuto nsuo ne drinks beche. ono na mpanimfo oba waje omo ababa se momra na momhwe ye mrantie na omo nye politics party juma. It was established. Ono were MPP ni mapa. And then you could see the emotions through his work. Say ye bo MPP chi and then ye emotional. Nioma bia obeye tumi aye in his capacity wo ye, including when timi an control him emotions. I will make you utterances e ma Ghana for who so papa we dey. Beyond saying him so a TESCOM president, a TESCOM patron no can watch so MPP. But then I don't have any problem because opening ye na yo haya ye obi no ye neutral. Omo aye program, political program on betting as a neutral analyst, independent analyst. I mean what they have a political party that they support, but they are able to strike a balance between their preference and their emotions. Obi a political party. But I can say when it is right, regardless of the political party. And when it is wrong, regardless of the political party. That is how we should move. And you know, I think, say, when you're being a call at the second, a call two boss man, sorry, a minimum so one year. Sometimes when you are guilty, nobody tells you anything. But one case out, and I was seeing him out with your semi and Casamija. But we never made any steps, say, boss man, sorry for you. I missed all the problems. We and say, uncle. On one at Nasi, and I'm saying Krata or Chok, the comma by no, or say, or Phyllis says, say, classroom, or fake classroom, or South persuaded, or and on one case, attend a resignation.
Today, I buy Eden Babano. Say, MPP forecast or NDC ni, any Edena bar, na ome bois, Emma, your electoral process, na any better than it is. Money on Bayagin.
But my own yes, a simple comparison. Say be kan okra ma menja ma hwefo yen hwe the work a Charlotte say ye I miss all the criticism ni yen hwe the work a Jim Mensa ye yen compare the two, which one was more competent. At no point any Charlotte say declare presidential result 3 times. At no point ni nya say electoral commission be publish electoral result on their portal na Ghana for ka say wait yes here calculation no across sand be 3 times. Echo payment na election 2020 any result the President Akufo-Addo didn't really can Omayu because she mentioned too many figures. A lot of arithmetic errors that Charlotte say wanya ba kokra, but at the end of the day she still declared President Akufo-Addo a winner. Until the Oban, irrespective of the political party of the president, and I'm say sometimes I mean party people no. Yeah, na who Mampini Mahama ni nature no. I say he's soft. And fan who say obeti na kasa nipa ni Ghana ni nti so long as obeti na yejuma no be yejuma no say if for nothing say so fire kufu she is part of say you no kwa na former chief justice of Ghana. But why did President Akufo-Addo opted for her other than others? He believes in ruling a country. He believes in competence over and above political affiliation. And I think so obi a obeba no the most important thing I also say you share him so obi a wo mbe ya de man into the electoral process na say obi a wo me ya de e mane ma because we share country bit countries bit Africa election na course e dia is your so here Liberia we share Rwanda anti election no is critical. How to communicate and how to conduct yourself, speak louder into obi a President Mahama any aban any be pass one be ejuma no. I believe Senipano should be of sound mind and competent to manage the electoral process. And found say where so NDC near the first point or the core criteria I would say the choosing the say competence. All right. That's all.
You didn't come over with you. You got Felix Kwache Ofusu ebra or address media.
Justice Sofa-Abi Akufu has resigned from her position as a member of the Council of State. She submitted a letter in September 2025 to the president indicating her desire to resign. She did not disclose the reason for wanting to resign. When the president received the letter, he was required then to indicate his acceptance of the resignation. But at the behest of the Council of State, he had to hold on because they said they wanted to engage Justice Akufu to see if there was some grievance that she had that was informing the resignation and whether or not there was a way that it could be addressed. So they asked the president to hold on with the acceptance. But they got back and said that they had engaged, and as far as they were concerned, the resignation could be accepted. So the president has formally accepted her resignation and she's no longer a member of the Council of State. The law is clear on what processes to undertake to replace her, and that is going on as we speak. So in due course, a replacement will be announced for Justice Sofa Akufu. Regarding Dr. Bosman Asari, I can also confirm that he has submitted a letter to His Excellency the President indicating that effective 31st July 2026, he would resign his position as Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission. He gives a reason for his resignation, which is that he wants to go back to academia and pursue his career as a staff of the University of Ghana, and conveyed his thanks and appreciation to the President and people of Ghana for giving him the opportunity to serve in that capacity.
Right. Edi aban kasama for na oboy amane ne esi na omo egu ahomboa so to replace these personalities. Prince, memo watching at design. George,
senior.
Tete ebekwa kwisi
Yo, mame na wase. Na yencha ahwefo nyina na minu anuma ena minu omote platform yi so. Me fo boni ani die so nkoma om. Kojo, die si nyina ene se de di kan ansa na ye be hyase no. Nkomodada na asan aba biem. But o hwe Felix Kwachofu si honorable. Ebra na oye sa interview na. O hwe free ni tri so besi na ase a. Utu nse nsem no amen no. Na nsem a amen ni nyina ye se asudie bi da so na wantimi anye ho adwuma ebi a niam bi a ye de agugu akwam e wa asoye ho ana se nsa bi emu eden sen wo e se o se tobo menye na wo akasa ni se ade a me twentwen so edie because information there a top form na the bregan afo a na news na se former chief justice constitutional provision man kwan ma otena so as member of Council of State. We share Article 89 of our Constitution. Now, o share wo mo a Constitution na say yema omo kwan na omo kotena Council of State ne so a. Asoye odikan bo na say Daybreak dikan a ye bo no former Chief Justice. It is a former Chief Justice serve on the Council of State. Now, or resign in September 2025. That's out now to Swana June 2026. And I'll be Ghana for Amania. What's it? Yamo and Sama. And Yama Mienu, I'd say, now buying him per se, or bebo a swatcher Ghana for. Na Ghana for amount pressure, say near. What can't say as a vacancy about the Philip vacancy, no, sorry. Mr. So me dream who question no. Ya kwaye me say president will be on adwemu a ono na kwan bia so person de replace ma me. Itie na yenkata so mo nka mo bia krante. Nka ma Ghana for nte. Yenkata so a kodu bra sa nipa kro no be ready and eligible to be on the Council of State. Tinano amehwehwe nkrata mu na me ko hu say the current chief justice obeko retirement 26 December 2026 ya iwo. Iti mekika si ani a eya kwaye madwen say president favorite a person serve on the Council of State after say Maame Sofia Akufo free ho no. The sitting chief justice. Iti yembo delay status a kusi say the retirement person okona near the number because have na no eligible because constitution is a former chief justice.
But utie Felix Kwachofu sun komo no die na. Also the position of Chief Justice and now say the replacement of Madame Sophia Akufu there. Almost started process now Council of State consider Nipakro. So obviously it would not be the current Chief Justice or Oye Jume.
Obia Mamena resign in September. June and I'll be casting Ghana for. Now say nipa we Obia wait imagine this process now starting. Evidence now e wo no way. Until say me who say evidence ni process na starting no. Sa papa na obegina ho beka sa no. Me nyini ni because ultimate na asem ehu hia say so. Now nim asem na okan ko didi Ghana for atem. Because ultimate share camera mu ka say Ghana for say Council of State na ye say omo hwe so mbetimi ne maame na kasa ba na bro Kojo me amete hey me nya obi akra etimi si gina ye se ade we me nya biem a obetimi afrem akotena baabi aka se ye de yi bi for ta dwene hu biem na me amete akra me nya obi a me ka sema me dwene hu asa na maka etimi ka wi a enya de wo be ka asre me no ebese samadwene ene me amete ha o jodopo kwamponsa wo nya obi a. And you are talking of a former Chief Justice. Obia oye lawyer. That why ye temwa for sa rise to the highest position judiciary obi betimi rise akodu. No what taking decision we say members of council of state no more ko engage no. Na wa rescinding the decision. Na nka rescinding mpo a. Ugidi se ni mudie ni integrity kra o council of state so ebe say it is obi hwe camera mu kasa asem we kirewa na je se Ghana for kra no Felix Kwacho for so on fire serious oni se na asem na o ka no waka na tra no ye beti ni tra by be subject asem na o ka no to a serious scrutiny ni amanate ase se position na ekura no entre se onim nyansa onim kasa owonim de se Ghana ni bia o pa president Mahama na ma o sa privilege no se som for buoni any die magana for e metina TV so me kan say na council of state for na engage it for 8 months no mo engage ma me no e na fe na want ya say e the council of state no so ma bon papa because asemasi na sem here te say mo tu hu anamo na bedi mo aboso me wotwe ansa na matimi ahu say ade na anye yie nti de yemfa nkoto dwade a council of state no remains an unfortunate creation of the constitution. Masemozo ankemeka maka pen say council of state na a rubber stamp institution in the first place. Edru bra was say yes scrap is ade no free ho. Na the SA kra ma abehye migidi e was ade no muke na say emfa so bia ni so because e utu fo na futu na utu no me pa na mefa afutu na utu in the first place emfa so no de. And as a president e pe omo betu no fo Dr. Asemrante nye bia ne hoho cabinet na owo no afutu obe na omuntimi mfantu na ade ze chinchina council of state no ne yakosesa party for and e dey sa position na ma omo a ye dada ye ho se wo mu na etu mampanifo na mampani ne ye ne manifesto ne party manifesto no on the council of state na ye it do the implementation of the manifesto no a o be ka se me se ye hiankophobia from council of state for na sa for no na on betu mampanifo afutu a constitution na kra say president pa obefa onpa onfa nti wanfa ye nya no hwea fa so be na wo so na se maame no te so as member no na ye bibi sunku bi magana ko fi ho abosome nwotwe nie no bra Kojo nka susu so aga na enya no ke nya it is what me fi ho 8 months na fa so ehu mefa ne se emfe abosome nwotwe ni nyina achi no emfa how bia mre o man ni na mamudi a the entire council of state membership nipa 31 no yes scrapping nyina efri ho a we did this Ghana say be brothers ayem.
All right.
On the issue of Dr. Bosman Asare, me born abaso ba me born and they say there's a golden rule for graceful exit. Say adwuma wuyi. Enim say na wo ba bia ansa na wo ba ha. Ye nyina ye nim say the na ye so mu osoro. Obuo ni ani die kwan so. E na wo adwuma pa wo ye. Bra Kojo wan koye bibi e wo ba bia na wo. And yes, ade a suspend na ase me de fere ni ogu fanyina mo wuti afi de me ko Bosman Asare ne boss ye ma meje mensa e na nkrofo bi a omo ye DC for court repetition say yenyi omo free ho ete fidie na nipa da sani kosumiye e na nyame adom Chief Justice a mosimu yi tiniyam a friend say osono ma me afi wonam de tiniye papa aba modene ba ye no ono ahwe wani kasa mo say Sadia na mo ye nsuo nyinam iti yenya maamene na onye one ne apamfo mo nyoma adwuma na Dr. Bosman Asare say me do nyame ase wo se boy nyame anteme dia me ntena ho emani guase emetome because obi be ye adwuma me ye so sa be otena eya University of Ghana ka onya full professor kra ena ode aba isi se obesom Ghana but ateni a ye di papa yi owo abusian na se wasom ni nyina kodum pempenso bi na o se me a me de me ho toto bia na migina hempanifo se de ohun kroda enu hu eya ma na omia ye ohun kuro ntu ne da no eyam to ne ho a no asori anopetututu anu ansu hie
George anoma bi na eka gu masum se ebia wafe party politics ene ho nkomo nti eja osan ko ni Lagos se ne Ghana nkomo no obetimi adi bi because baby ote no nkomo bi ekoso o man yi mu odi bi ejeyi ebia ono nso obezo odi Ghana nkomo yi nti oja betena Lagos ho a se ne political science lecturer e wo ho a no de research atum e wo ho a ne afra no no nso adi Ghana nkomo ni bi
that is the beauty of democracy obia okwan se o kire na dwen design nipa a o kire sa adwen no me mbigrade nipa kro but the fact remains Bossman Asare doctor onye afunso bia e electoral commission and he is exiting the stage while the applause is loudest it's me bonabaso doctor Yera Samuel Tete so a ono so ne bra so rakoje nye easy so obeye adwuma na the mandatory age for retirement ebeto and then posters bi have 58 e be 59 there's a ekadeo enso wantimi ankoduru ho na ne bra obre nyina no obi na ebedi so mfaso timigidi sese obi ye adwuma kodum pempen so ete se na ono a ekọ na ho bijima yankopon ne ebehira no yede ne nhira bema no se oma ne kwatente anwode na ne bra obre no wantimi
na mimisa the edene ba no MPP ni ana NDC
bra Kojo say obviously the edene beba de esa na yenuanum twato ho na no se the Akufo-Addo bo ni din se onko isi no so bia MPP din no memeti hey me hwe nim se NDC ni ne edene beba the NDC ni ba be ye isi I'm a commissioner me ha me so e Ghana ni at the end of the day elections are won at the polling stations the commissioner no think crime until you have been global community school me meto aba it is a meme kotoma ba na me hwe ma de meto ye kan na ye declare ho say aba me meto ye Dr. Mamudu Bawumia edi nkunim wo sa polling station na ye keka do have polling stations ni nyina bom ne wadi nkunim na ye de ba regional obi ntimi na ne ani say on ye easy boss origin sa ne kodum kran so obi ntimi na ne ani it NDC for pa omo mpeke omo regional organizers ana say omo mpeke omo constituency secretaries ana say office holders of the party omo come national headquarters no munyi obi omo ma Yerasi Edunketia as chairman of the party and recommend obi na man is 2 million na onkoye replacement for Dr. Bossman Asare and Mr. Samuel Tete me nya problem bia na etwonduru ho ampani for say pam medanta
yeguso a yedi nkomo Daybreak Jumedie wo fache television so kai say edi otoka rentals adaroma ene yede wo fan ebrel so wabedu asante ubehia car e de edi udwuma edi otoka rentals say bra won asoye won de obenanti kuro mu ba bia a opese wokọ afahye bi na obaaye yie bi na obaaye abedinto ene ma obaaye ebi a wadwuma aso a wo be ye adwuma so bi e de aboa wadwuma no wasante Kumase a edi otoka rentals say ye wo hose ye besomo ye do benante comprehensively insured chauffeur driven vehicle comfort A1 one pese omoma won kaye bi say so obedu Kumase na ope car do benante ansan wasan akoba bia ofi baa ya edi otoka rentals ena yesa adwuma no ema wabedu a frewo they are very close to the airport one by children's home one by DVL and ope wakan yen ho ena yedi dwumadie ebrel friends
Bragoju
enkomo no eno no Bossman Asare se wabre opeso osan akọ Lagos na okoye na adwuma eseso ye eba sa pe na je za akwanya abeda ho esese mampani bo obi din no ode ne kọ sa na Samuel Tete se osom no oman no ode ne de no aba na wieye nti okọ na homigiem 2 places for President Mahama to fail. Would he be feeling Ghanaians or he will be feeling NDC spaces knowing the conversation about easy any appointment?
Right, Brakojo, you better get here for us. Many ashafo, our more scheduled Jafran Benyansa. Not mean 5 konya is was a 4 shop and yes, was Lambert Isaka. He's a current acting communications officer for Boise West Constituency NDC. Lambert will call for secretary of Boise West. Lambert is scheduled.
Lambert or somebody there was some. I mean, Lambert rising from the ranks. I mean, brand chairman and you name and Lambert there. Who bad dance here in Cleveland? I think say you see a rewarded hard worker. In the patre wa dance Lambert of course will be there. So Lambert, this one I greet you and I tell you say, in true, you say when your appointment when you but I think this is the time for you to also be the secretary for the constituency. Now, what should how be to Tonyoma in the constituency them party. Bra Kojo. My main can say many more have no measure Jumedi so especially senior. Yes, there me bra penny pa preko fi dwapen ba na be bia atadi no no be adwen say obi biara organ bia political animal bia one way or the other say wonye a party person as in say we a card bearer member na say we a sympathizer at any given electioneering period comparing policies and programs parties now outline, you know, we make a choice. So at that point, you've joined partisan politics because the groups are political parties. I'm not sorry for religious groups. Political parties. But the IS say, a Jumebia we be empo say we a minister of state. Na say you say Brabe Ghana minister. In as much as a party na do buy no kama, usune will buy no and depict Ghana the more. We know say a party be na do buy. But your sensitive positions Abra Kojo. The courts, judiciary, electoral commission, SHRAJ, NCC. These are independent state institutions. Ye judi ye say se nya do ko ha o sha tare bi e say wo. Enti question abisa me. Regardless of the person that will come, say me na dem ka kotina wa. Bra Kojo wo, me bra pani o. Obia o ka kotina obia. The moment you are called to such office no, ra tare ni go ne koye adwuma. Because adwuma na wo koye no, e wonya ma wo ya magana fo nyina. And the democracy here yo Ghana de o ya sunwie na country be no sorry and also wo ku. Country I don't think human beings as rational, we are the most rational amongst all the creatures. Now I saw say I keep to so be kuku be the second ko bi. E nyoma baako minu nketenketi bi. It is a hard point to say you rabos manasari ni ho. Brabesha na nemu a. The moment e be appoint to. E be a party na ma. I remember there is this viral video I check akra. Military superbiana omugina grounds or admonish new entrant on maba. No ka jom say Ebia minister bi na do buy. MPP na do buy. Epem ha ya. Wo ye rough, you be you free. When you be duru. Aha no de aka ne ye. Wan kasa wa bra ba obebo a obe distinguish who say indeed say ye de maba military ni mu no mayire me ho akam as a military person. And for me, I don't really care, Brakojo, about the person. What I care about is that the person should understand the class of a Juma Yaman is so mrame. Who is so minor a team na asundwe wo mu no. Brakojo, ye nyoma kitenkiti bo ye emwa. Look, the issue of ye Rabos Monasari. In same one mo a e bia emotions no the kind. Sank wan kan kenenk yintumi inside sa ansem na as dance here. What I say? Which is say I don't want to repeat because I don't want to go down tangent this morning. In same one more, emotions. The moment I broke we emotions be flare up the when he say danger await you. Oka say bia na say refu say okokutua so nsem bia ya bebre sa hono no de bia you cry bottle of water. Ne say bia me na me se me ya pomudi ayi bia eboa me no me ni na yema me. Me hwe na asem na no ade ya bibie so manumbi. Asem na eserebo so a bibie so na manumbi. Mentama mimbie so numbi nwentum no na cool it down. Sene be ya men kantra so because asem wo a wo kan wie na e boma wo say de wo kan yeni wo fache TV a na afi the moment you speak and later come to apologize, gradually your credibility, your integrity as a person, what diminishing no they be out there come a patch out. What can be you can sometimes you say it and when you get into your room like, Nepal, that's a man can say you. But we, so for me, Robert Masari said, "Nyan can't do many more." Despite whatever in someone and Kofoka fan singular statement that he made. I mean, na baby out no so Kasebia was set to so. Kasebia cameras so say me here. I should be aware and conscious of myself. Saha, prison bet to Messi higher. Platform to prison bet to Messi. Because me make say obi en for TV. And the horror records. Enti besre say wa wo baby an hu ni say electoral commission wono opposition party be an for that because opposition ya opposition ya because to me free on sa obre enye scanner amanofo pe o pe to me be mo muska me ni mo be ka to say o pe to me na ka so mfa na ma me nkode ma me beko onya to me ni wi a obekọ akọje na ma me aba na ne na ma me pe na wanya ama na afi to me obenya di ama no. So the moment you are stripped of political power, you become vindictive. And what is happening so when you say you should always strike balance. You should strike balance between we emotions and emrano. When you say emrano crampon, sometimes in court, there's this high court judge or one of the high court who must say, what's in the court Viano Okasa? Okasa be or try say, in as much as he's applying the law, he will look at you see, we have the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. The spirit speaks about the rationale behind Emrana AM. And even an cost within that time, I might this Amran by. And he said, Bibi Koswa, not and now some knows what to do. So make you say, Unkoma Woody as electoral commissioner, Unkoma Woody as judge, Unkoma Woody as Obia what test our independent institutions need to be so minded. I say, young Koma, and many pa, every whom bun, Koma be. No matter the judgment out there, but no matter the precision, how you, I mean, speak with some human face. Because you come you election now, we are referee now. Start to say what to take on side that.
But may share the position, our electoral commission, the conditions of service are a war, the goodies are a war. Any only gone, extra there as lecturer. Conditions na wo ho nti eden na ofessor okopes you academic adebio because e na no wo no oba e be electoral commission adwuma nti eden na ofessor san ko ebio
Kojo the late Dasebre Jamana in one of the songs ono so kona se be me hwemo a enye nkwan da na esotro nye ne pe so de be pie so obewie ewrefu ama na so adwene ne de eye chance obewie no mama na so ade no pressure banish. He was under pressure. Or to an ninja or coffee is a broken ninja. No matter the goodies. One day the family will even decide with you. Say, Brakojo, enough is enough.
But then you engine say, electoral commission, you must go yeah when you say.
Oh, be now or market time. 2 years eba and Chennai. He said there was in Bimwa. He drew 40 and as a general start here. When I be playback. Of Bosman Asada Mawati. Now with this I station for station. And this one kasa what kasa we na wakasa you can best subjected ya wakano in tandem with for past statement. Now try and find the fault. You know unko you sister one minute na bra ko do.
Then the Madam Sophia Kufu.
Well ono na some mama can say. So far as I'm concerned, she is the most credible political, like was serving in a political position because of the over the period. Look, yeti kromanomi, ye chief justice for you kroma krasi appointed as deputy the Ben Crown office the fact he appointed on quantity. He said we integrity to me the share bottom channel. Na mami ono ane party na o feel say de ekoso nye na no san feel say yense mfi wo mo say abra obe join the picket in ma attention ba so far you because no my yacho no be mfi now got enough finance ministry down ho e be you the ba na atwam na akura inside oh my and that's what about okay near inside but when they saw that a former chief justice a member, in fact, a senior, obi on what serve power by him, the third person of the land. I bet no crap placard and say Brian. That statement. Starting now, yeah, I can't be MPP for lose election because there was no political discussion. And yes, I take the heightened, in fact, the level of insensitivity. Of course, why I just add as example. When him sat now, why any impact to be brief.
The civic responsibility in the last 2 years before change of government was exemplary.
Good. It is any panel. And then who appointed one? If you make us any phone company, Sana and you the only existing. And I said the most fit as in health. And you be appointing her. If you are not sad now, it was more or less like you're rewarding it. Ah, the boy, you're rewarding. Now, what rewarding? Baby, I'm baby. I want to hear me na kakra Kojo when Obeka said the sacking, make a sacking, the constitutional removal, whatever, of the erstwhile Chief Justice,
processing.
Yes. Now and no, and because she felt say yen to me for allowance and some or state will be or serve in the capacity of CJ. Now me GD say no kwan so be kan wabontin. But who so ko so be kan wabontin because near the name for it. Oh, I didn't.
Out of the 31, she was the only person on one vote. She abstained from voting.
Good. So if you abstained, the principle is that you agree. The decision is the Council of State. But no, so for say, I said people were trying to inquire to find the position. Today, so or can you on one casa, judging from the background, anyhow astute she was as a lawyer, I'll be a judge. Oh, when he said no, but next so because of whatever we said temperature no cost rise. Said we how we what swear kakra na obey. Now, owie no, and I'm say from there no na mu nhyeda nye say some members of the other 30 members they didn't feel okay that ye wie na unko and from there ana mami so onye bi. Look, such a person say ne or so I resign me, I will give respect to her. Ye nya san kofo no mu 5 for my to serve in such capacities on my be. Yet to Chroma people are extremely partisan. Meaning say every ever for instance. No crave why the why I see a can. What you say into me such woman me so men fata say me make critiquing the decision. No, I mean me share the level of credibility, integrity. Me party. Me ya dia ma omo dia lose election. Me because I'm feeling that your more year no. Ya catch your moment. E sha se bra na go for do to am piano me ade wo. Masia na corner MPs 8 akọ so omo yanyi. Ya so bia so wonye. Woman hu se da bi e bia he se me so me ye ka ho. Ti wei me betena no na me su kono mate se me. Me betena be critiquing the decision. I will never do that. For me, in the last decade, she has been the most vibrant, politically conscious, and civil. Say yem fa pepepe me kama dwene, me kasa na me si feel. So me so kra, me so
on me. Mama Emra ho, me who the opposite but Mama Emra ho because that bit about Chief Justice there you didn't have a bite to it. Mama nti o bite na for yam ferry.
Well, Mama no say who follow the political line na any history. But born in more than I Juma build a certain credibility for herself. And I said, I can say, Nipa Dia Noa Sinto, any issue ya mean raise here regarding former Chief Justice exitway. The way and manner which she carried herself and acted wasn't in good faith. And again, and because not all yet, Emre Nini a war rise ya be Chief Justice. So you cast a Ghana constitution now when him. MPP for started so much for assembly more politics. You will say a lawyer for kuku that meaning and say, Omo no one chere process by qua or a binary etis on far swa na any emra batano and yina pepe. Ako payment ye nya omo lawyer ba kwa ultimate because okay article C clause C and NDC a breach here in the process of exiting the justice took on. Enti no say yenya obi a waye mranini a wonim we nyina na osaba abonten ebeka se woni aban na anya adwen without being able to cite constitutional breach back in a process. It's problematic. She was driven away by emotions rather than her professionalism. Let's call it speed a speed. Secondly, say if I say we are part of Council of State, Mojumani saying Monamoto Manpenifo. On the same statement now about Bontin Bekaya during time yeah process towards the exit of the former Chief Justice. Okay, it's a public lash be ban so pa. Among for say you are a member of Council of State. You've sworn an oath of secrecy. And if you had any meaningful contribution to give, you should have given it while the issue was at your table for discussion. And a 18, anybody who is unable to work with a team cannot survive anywhere. And until our social university system now at the master's level, we don't say it's about team and how to work with people. And the Council of State said you win him day, wa bobra, na adwuma bill. But we cannot tell say we no nani nyansa chain nipa or more table no sun we cannot see that. And I mean you can say oh and look I check because said you own some amen where principle. You can't tell me it's a Council of State in fact daba ko hwan en ko engage and hwe ni enti a why na against one day when you do money. So for me, I think say my mini resignation is born out of the pressures a ban so via comment or pass here during the removal of Justice Tuko.
Okay.
She's subjected to the pressure. And on penny so and yes, I'm not to okay, say Council of State. Mon kona munko engage mami no mo ne nkasa say eh bia sin to bi e wo ba bia on kan ye hwe ne ye de yensiesi anu ntina eche ya o mampanin ba abonten and as government spokesperson aim ba abonten be ka he because you know that woman, she is very principled. So you can't tell me say eh bia obitimi dey just a minute or just a day to find out what a problem is. It is clear so omo perceive you know on countless occasions and mami na see I say adwuma no ntimi nye bi. And a one stated reason A or B in tia also want in engagement, but also into me to force in his own engagement. Yeah, be on another no. And also assembly are so I open a different door for a constitutional debate. Because young man is on active. Our Chief Justice, former Chief Justice, I was said by law or Council of State. And on also on any need or what do you think is going to happen? So now I found a lawyer for I was on a book. No me and chichemu. So the law also is like an organism. It grows with time. Into the sad and say I be open door for us to think through that very constitutional clause. Because anyone before the public proceed on retirement in the 60 and above. That's it. And my perspective, I really loved it. I say I didn't a doctor for because gaining experience is not one day job. Not doctor ni aye juma by the time I be kwadare we juma no. Na sister na catch no. Meanwhile, e juma no kutam obetimi aye bi. And I was making point say most of the doctors at Okonfanochi Teaching Hospital, no, they are on retirement, but the government still call for their services because it is needed. And say so for Kufu say who is there for us to call? So that aspect of that constitution should be looked into. Should be looked into. This is the same woman at the ECOWAS court, Opasi ruling, say nobody should criminalize freedom of speech. Okay, say obia kana jenia eni kwan say emre bia yeden. Eni nipa nedi. But this is the same woman who actually prosecuted the Munti 3 and charged them 300 Ghana cedis, 30,000 Ghana cedis each. In one breath at the ECOWAS court, also obi kana jenia eni kwan say yetwenaso. But here in Ghana, when she was Chief Justice, she was the one who presided over the case and passed a judgment. You prosecute you or more.
Say freedom no kasa na tra ohwene de a.
So what is the definition? And some are more kind.
Yensi obia ho kwan oman mu. Good. Say man nkyere na adwen. Ba wadwen nkyere no. Man
exceed certain level.
Ekọ kodum pempenso obi dia.
Enti ya de omo kasa no. Edisi inseniania. They have not said anything that warranted that harsh judgment.
Anyway.
And as I wish the Muntie 3 kind of court now be unanimous FC. That was what some of them said. You understand? And then look at the punishment they had. But look at today what is happening.
Okay. That's another conversation. Yegusu ayedi nkomo Daybreak Jumedi or Fache Television. George.
Senior.
Say musi afari ni yenye mo de.
George Obekan Crew, George.
Rakoji.
Oh, now on the perspective you are, mine, I'm George, one here, one here. On top, one here, as soon as MPP for.
I don't pay over gago.
Papa me one say, Obien to me. Say, Papa me one say, George, the way we hear the analysis, you can see say, patriotism no. Last minute share if you give some more perspective. Now in the studio, you know, about say baby debate. The casa boy, you know, and it was fine. Until no year one price, all cost one casa. Maybe MPP there. Soon as to me, or more Pamela, Mr. George, put to you from, but I never join NDC because look, that's it. Social posts I have intellectual is so women are more shifted. Don't waste your talent,
Respectfully, I don't want to pass it.
Sir, yes. Now the bit about Ken and random common OD, that he's part of the party. He's an influential member of the party. Then party put in commercial ferry abanye hwedwuma Ken baya osi munya kasa tenten na emfie nwotwe no se moye ya kenye ne se mosra apro amfo se ade obisu ogudwana
Rakojo are same with the head mama neso but on say mama disclosing my biases 2023 me campaign my honorable Ken during the presidential primaries. And at 2026, the campaign man Dr. Duchum. And now I can say Dr. Duchum a member of the minority. And now Honorable Kennedy Japan and round so I the minority net to an amount. Dr. Duchum account. And now Openi Kennedy Japan so akasa. I so my campaign man in 2023. Me jidi se nema mi hu o Kennedy hu at that time. Because campaign man baako and order na di enra. Asem no oka ne se de tie. Me gidi se o man Ghana. E bi e wo sisi a eya akoye se excessive partisanship and dechen nationalism. I was say yes adwen ho biem. E bia the personality of Honorable Kennedy Japan e ade e kan wano ana wo fe. Enti what say ono kra wakodi sa nkomodi bi no. O betena ba bia kan nsem bia ensem fata.
Ene nra nkofo sopa no pa.
Yes. But me sopa no. Meet me up picking from this angle. Say asem o kan no Brakojo. Asem aye nyina yenim dada. Eti enya nwanwade bia waka I te say ono na waka nti no. Chinchina ode bibia betum a. MPP ni be na enim say Afari Military Hospital started real construction started 2014. By 2016 and MPP NDC for free abem. And 2017 nearby. And a free abem 2025 January 7th and January the midnight of January 6th. And that's sanity. It is a NDC for cry 40% now more kana. Or the 2014 to 2016 and I have 40% no. And it is also percent of the mean fear do out the years our percentage no it do come cry. Anka also the 3 years. Because the 2 years I have 40% there. Another 40% may should take you 2 years. So what I say? Not 20% na aka. What the 1 year? 83 years. And if she kwata cry. By the first term of Nana Akufo-Addo government, the first 4 years, you should have completed Afari Military Hospital. May peki BBF free in command honorable can do. Na me dey cancer asem. It is over the 2 years I had then I do 40%. Now it's now 8 years. Am 8 years in it twem. Na se when to me and complete there na obi the 2 years pay 40% no. Na se nipa na san ba bio. Now we say then na within 1 year 6 months no. And now say the past onyanya 2 years kra. E was say chinchina o complete. Na san komo na obedidi a. Me ahwe be ka kire me say enye all of a sudden as yenya confidence kese bi o president Mahama say yenya gidie wonimu akosi say ade a yen in 8 years yen tumi anwie no ono was some magic wand bia obetimi aye ade no within such short period of time. Other than that, me who where this argument should stem from. It's minority decision say okoho no gidi sen komo no anhwe ye na yen situating komo no in the context of health ade a many umenuti he say ni anke ntumi metna hanso mo man na na ekwa ne say usual politics na ya Ghana for na etie kire o na ebekwa akoto aba enne omo twen credible policy alternatives a ye di gu akwan mo enye project a obi sha ase na wanwie na obi so ba ya onwie ye Ghana for betumi di abunzani ani ehu say you had 8 years when to me so bi aba na ndi 2 years na onko ho ana say onwie ya o boss ani pa no so bo na wanhwe yi a e be ka say odue mu eno ana ono aboke ne Japan kan e bi aton na o de kan at the point now say obi bo na ni kire no onya
I'm sure for me he was making reference to Central for no mom dan omo aka so say Central adwuma mushia mpanimfo na mo ne omo kasa we are all expecting say you can there and you obeso pa ban it was starting so din common free ho no then now is the say na recorder on so your crowd hey news aba
that's right
it obeso no recorder dinam say the facial expression of omo ne gina ho no were surprised that he took that tangent and not supporting the party
baby abrako de nkomo we nyina me wo interest o ma say one I was saying nyina ye ne aban no edi nkomo na ekwan bi e wo so ofa so a otumi ema ye operationalize Afari military hospital Sewa hospital no e didi se be boaye na no ye akonfa no che chimato kakra bae ye ni mo ha we de bae na sikasem na abepie mu no e ho na me de if say wo say edi nkomo no fa say aban no say ohia sika is it $85 million?
Yes.
And abanda da no so there be $500,000, which is about $500,000. It is also $500,000. Now we see $85 million. Hone ma me yamhye me bi say no na ehwehwemu mapamra. Na yenye proper forensic audit. Na yehu sika botene e wo say yitua. Na no na aban na hwekwan obefa so a obetua na yetimi e de afari na.
Yeguso a yedi nkomo edi auto car rentals adaro man ye de ofen about Prince afari nkomo no kakra
Bravo, yeah, my mentor so free baby Iran Ponsa edisi no. Say Deputy Defense Minister say $85 million and a bit more complete. Now minority say 500,000 da. Me as obi am your background kakra wo sa structure. You see, there has to be valuation with depreciation. Who say a dan bia no usia a dan no ye see ya na complete ya e ho ka ent say ene ya esi wonum at more than 8 years.
Yeah.
Aside that, omuni bill of quantities way and abine de no from the Deputy Defense Minister and the bill of quantities are originals wa kase and interior evaluation way no. This is how much we can use. And a minority is also bill of quantities way. What you say? Enti say obiatum de ne de ba. Then I would advise say yeah what do contract in my minority no. Because you be service ga. Na mum ya what do any the caveat show so man to me and to specification I pay the enchi omugum. Because rationally say obi bede contract na all day the bill of quantities back with proper evaluation report say 500,000 betuma wie na ye assessment na ampa betuma wie a na ye mfa contract ne ma om enti minority tie mi a omma ye hu omo valuation report with their bill of quantities na ye nkyere aban ne say na nka aban ne bebo ye po enti ye de ma wo mu no mu wie na ekoyi a bebo ye sam om it can even add to their campaign. No one was anye na populism say because I'm shocked say difference in mu wadodo. Yeah. Right go say 85 million obi say 500,000 and do 1 million.
Ma men kan Brojaja Mfi post na referrals about one say however mismanagement, administrative bottleneck and neglect over the years have stalled progress. When the new government assumed office, the contractor had abandoned site and no work was taking place at the site. The contractor is demanding outstanding payments of $7 million, claim 1, and $78 million, claim 2, before returning to site, even though the previous regime claimed to have settled all the obligations and refused further payment. If this is the conversation a minority need here, then they are not representing facts.
So, Kojo.
So these are claims from the contractor.
Okay.
I'm a project no. Government buy say otwaso no. Onye.
Kojo say post here all kinds is here say me to see ya claim one year outstanding debt na 7 million. Yan kwachem free to 5. Me dey say me per se the minority no.
Until 85, they've added the 78 and the 7 to give them 85.
Until yen for 78 ni nyina ha. Yen for 500,000 ni nyina ha. Yen outstanding in frame. Yen team flow yen ka 78 ni 500,000. Me dey nyina ne say the minority am na me say I didn't dey follow we we dey say we we this here.
And the woman can dey we.
Enti yen ma omo form bill of quantities mra. Omo evaluation report mra. Na ba ni award contract ni ma wo.
We kwa wa na che be say omo nkomra hye bedwam. Se enkomo mu nyina edi no e contractor kro na ana anya sa. Enti contractor no a wo say aka 500,000. Onfa document no minority for nkomra hye bedwam. Na 85 no claim no. Yemfa no so nkomra hye bedwam because it's a house of records. I'm sure within 2 hours we should resolve the matter.
No, but in law Parliament cannot award contract.
No, I'm saying, say these are claims.
Okay.
Until they should call the health minister. Say, Afari. Say, what is the state of Afari?
Okay.
Based on that conversation, we will know the figures are involved.
Okay.
So, defense, Afari, what is the state? We should solve this matter
now
than press conference is no more.
But say, and no na you see, say you throw out figures, you say, yeah. Do you know what we do? Last week I was on this platform. Now it can be about public perception. Where press to social media and so on. You are in a way shaping the conversation to a certain narrative. But the figure was thrown out for political expediency.
Exactly.
Say no, you can't prove it. It is a one to so improve ya. No binya koye na se koye 550,000 krana e bia betoso. So the narrative out there is that obi edisika ni bi atwa gumu a why the word even though your man first quotation no kwanfa any proof bia ne bill of quantities bia ne evaluation report bia attach ade no the buy. So I think say as politicians yentia say you cannot be throwing out figures. Oh, ana politics bra ko je do hwe o mo call we. Na MP Obuasi East Dr. Boache Kotokro do so wodo honorable kwabna kwafu wafu wasifu ti kwabna kwafu tutu kanim ho nyina anye ho nyina sra ni ade honorable onim do say Kotokro do because of political experience you can south honorable ma dem look at say chinchina ya be politics say ni be na MP a oda nipa 75,000 ano no the obetumi aye de abo omo ya ado honorable me nka say ado nye but say o represent nipa more than 75,000 na the office o be ya ma ya abo e Kotokro do mo ado de ya na tutu kanfu kobna kwa ni mo nye
Harris
Honorable
Afari
Honorable Ken Akompreko in Japan on the excesses nipa bia on announce some of the things are where no because of the nature if you are kind of crack because of nyoma bia why ye any do ya nyoma na obo se na de you all can e was say you funny serious e dey make say excesses no near you fast and serious and na me hu di ntia MPP were feeling guilty and they were criticizing because he made an unequivocal statement saying both political parties have not done well but the MPP have done worse because we also expect to say nanka NDC are buying a buyer within this span of time nanka na idea be behind are starting but then I don't know the reason why we more guilty conscience no ama asemna quite twisted to their own disadvantage and they caused it because what in Kasana was saying so both the NDC and the MPP have not really helped matters and okay but the only way I'm twist yourself Mays has some way say be kan nkontompo a MPP atwa wasasam because we were publications bi a Ghana Times say Saturn na Honorable Dominic Nitu, NNA Defense Minister, was saying after a military hospital project to be completed this year, 7 years ago. 7 years ago. Project I really 7 years ago. And then they come on. Not anywhere, Ashanti region, the World Bank of the MPP. Always I have a firm position. Say, Minya George, I am opponent. The only thing I may meet to me, I observe and say, Minya George, I am mistake. Because me correcting her, it is coming to be a detriment. Everybody affecting me. Because when he does the right thing, I have nothing to score. So I don't correct my opponent. I allow them. After making their mistake, I take advantage. That is me, my personal principle. Also, the MPP ko here and saying, you know, because I have already said, say, I believe so much. Say 2024 election, I at 34%. No. The MPP is paving way for us to be able to achieve our benchmark for 2028. Inshallah, that is 45 to 50%. And you know, I'm telling you, Dr. Frankas, I'm appointing. He used this very big platform to tell him something. And this is a humble appeal, also in an advice. There are 6 cardinal projects the NDC needs to do in Ashanti region to kill the MPP for life. And then I'm about to boss. 1, Afari, military hospital. You make sure, say,
on the street.
Yeah, making sure, not even on the street, we should make sure by the time elections will be calling, we are done with that project. And it is possible. Let's prioritize this project. 1, Afari, Sewa, KJTR Phase 2, Crowfoot Market, Swami Interchange, and MPP will be done forever. Because I'm happy to say, Asanteman, Abetia CSA, it's not about political party, and na Okumkom Edom. It's about a political party that places results at our disposal. And the 2024 election, you more votes in Ashanti region. It's not because of say, it's not ordinary political t-shirt here. It's because the people are hearing positive alternatives. And also, the Niyama to tune no share the contribution of the NDC in Ashanti. No to MPP. That was the reason why. Emma. Or Obia what time NDC said no. So they back to Ama MPP party and come to Abano. But they don't want to acknowledge the fact too. Obia NDC no ya denya on pay. But the MPP, Ramo MPP Edia Santa Man. Until when you know, some men got to mind this, I mean Tony de and abandonment to the cry. And yes, and the both too much. He's comparing issues. And to Dr. Frank Amakuni, yes, Reno. Communicators, ya kwanyache. What we want him to focus, and it is going to add up to his CV as the regional minister whose tenure in office saw this major project completed under his government. It is going to pave way for a brighter future for him. He should halt any other thing. These 6 projects,
Yebuso ayedi nkomo yede nkomo no eba na wie anope Prince Techi ewa ha George Opuku Amponsa. Uma Yaris. Abujafo, how many minutes do I have? So bet me a friend now only yedi nkomo in a minute. We can be able to do that for you. 020-633-4646 020-633-4747. Oba, now one man quick. Am I? Whilst we wait for the calls, what happens today? Black Stars, Panama.
Yes, we have to win. Any option there. Now only the ahami the roller coaster Ghana for emotions are come what Thomas Partey in semi. Only the akwakusi. FF1 na any due diligent. Mko jina court. Yes, o fail for me to kwa chira obaby a ibisa say who criminal charge be obaby. Yes, now the details are back. They can look into it and say so okay. With the FIFA World Cup yaman ko. Musi no. Me say nko foi, omuti na go for person be support team. O say any person am na say Canada for nye. Na say a place a card na ne. Obi am blame Canada bi.
Mama nko bo asem wa. Nana kwatin. Nana kwatin wo kuma say yes.
Several issues are addressed.
Yo, Mira, me mama Juma.
Ejuma da asem ye ntie o.
Mo. The Home Minister and of them one efe. We say Ghana dey efe.
No correct.
Na say couldn't be any no Parliament so dey any option be say yɛntumi ɛnhyɛ wɔn do yɛ adareti wɔn deɛ nanso no blaster yɛbɛhyɛ wɔn na maame tokonu asɛm no maame sofa yɛ kufu deɛ na meke maame no nneɛma a wɔn yɛ no council of state wɔn n'ani nye ho ti no resign ɛna nipa no resign 9 months o wɔn nso na deɛ ne a constitutional mandated ɛnyɛ sɛ by appointment na de ti na wɔn de asie pa wɔn deɛ na wɔn fɛ so wɔn yɛ ne sɛ ɛyɛ two retired chief justice no ɛyɛ justice anim ɛne tokonu wɔn baako na ɛsɛ ba akɔkɔ nso kwata de wɔn sɛ wɔn yɛ NPP for ɛne ade ɛsɛ ebi akɔdwo hwan na mbɛkɔ akɔfa no de na aba nyɛ mu NDC for na sɛm na meka yi
all right then that's it alofei Oma, so who is winning?
Ghana has to win, certainly.
Okay, Ghana has to win.
Ghana must win.
Sure. Ghana must win.
And I mean, I believe in the team. I believe it because Ghana so steady. I think a team where they Nyankopon never open say you rat tournament in the pet. No my so I strongly believe say Ghana will progress.
All right. Most of the time, slow starters. A bad tournament here. But me a short pass. Panama there.
Right, George. One shot Panama question why.
I said we now know. Panama there. Point to prove in this tournament.
Panama. And as I say, Panama so I can football is everywhere. So we have match between Saudi Arabia and which country?
Iran and
that is Saudi Arabia. So ball. Spain drew. Spain.
Spain a Kived.
Exactly. And they say football now, baby. I shall Kived ball, boy. And they say football now, baby. I am one say.
Panama.
Jordan, are you? I'm now going na no going the oh wine Comoros, so we score Comoros and qualify. They see.
Right, we are getting ourselves ready for the Black Stars. Cheer them up and let's hope, just hope that we are able to win. And that Lawrence Kisi Wiafe Jima, happy birthday, and the team TV. Fache television for nyina ase ma wa woda panyame onhira. Te se de da ye kan no. Ye hu cash bia. Ye hu cash bia mo ye friend cash man. Ye hu cash bia. Ti cash man. Minim se cash man ne se wo je cash de a ene ekoso age. Ba se wo na ade ma de a ye nya hu cash. Abujanfo te se de da ye ka kire wo. Wo de cha obey free. Best of luck to the Black Stars. Ebo du ba kwa sports team no betena ase. Na matches e ball na adwunu be si sabre na omone mo adi hu nkomo na omamamo videos ne updates a ewo hu nyina. Medi di Kojo Marfo kasa Marfo ne kosi dap. Ya da ase.
From the heart